we're live! Mega, 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 mega love shout out. Maganda umaga, tanghali, gabi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, konbanwa to everyone in the whole wide world. Ayan, kumusta, kumusta, guys? And of course, if you are new to this channel and if you're watching this, you clicked it, that means you have any interest, even slight interest of getting better in your own life, ayan, your well-being, etc., etc. Not being too corny about it, but you have to get better every day, 1% better every day. And if you're interested in all of that, getting overall fit, this channel is for you. Just trust me on that. Anyways, guys, a mega, mega love shout out to everyone. BFF, you're here. And of course, JJ, thank you. And have fun today. Enjoy with your friends that are coming today. So if you have time, of course, you can pop up anytime you want. And of course, to my admin, mega, mega love shout out at binabati ka ni Nightbot. O, diba? Ayan. Rian, oh, diba, admin? Kanina kausap lang kita. But anyways, guys, today it was a very, 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 very special, emotional, and a wonderful day. That's why I'm late. I got to celebrate a little bit of my personal life, oh, diba? And with that, guys, today I'm gonna get cheers and a toast to every one of you. So if you want to keep me company and you want me to keep you company, tonight is the night. Here lang BFF. Aw, thank you naman. Diyan ka lang, ayan. Are you getting better, BFF? Ayan. What kind of changes do you have in your own life? Ayan, if you have rants, if you have any thoughts and opinions and popular opinions, anything at all, we can talk about that here. But always remember to keep each other's privacy. Ayan, value each other's privacy. And of course, another thing is don't take anything personally. You know, we can always agree to disagree. That's what a good conversation is for. And of course, si Ate Ganda Nel Santos. Thank you. Mega, mega love shout out to you as well. Hello, Miss Ganda. Oh, Miss Maganda ka sa akin, Ate Renel. And of course, Topher Adventure is in the house. Mega, mega love shout out to you as well. Topher, kumusta ang iyong workout? Are you doing good? Nag-workout. Si Ate Renel nakita ko nag-workout last time. I don't know if that's weeks ago, but I remember Ayan working out. Ayan going back to workout. Very, very good. I do appreciate each and every one who do try to take care of their own health. That's very, very important. With that said, guys, ayan, let's cheers. Today, I just remember I always bought stuff like new stuff because you know guys in Japan we have these limited versions of everything, but the sad part about that is that you know sometimes with this limited version you can only, that's why it's limited, guys, right? You have to basically buy them before the season comes out because we have every season we have this different stuff popping out in the shelf of supermarket superstores supermarkets. So I got this one. It says blueberry chew high. You know, it has 3%, I think. Yeah, 3% alcohol, 6% juice. So since I am celebrating today, I'm going to have a toast with you guys. So if you wanted to have a toast, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute to get whatever drink you have. If you want to drink with me, let's do that. Because this is from time to time. It's not all the time you have to drink, you know. Tama-tama lang. And of course, to Servo. Thank you. Last week, guys, if you didn't know, Servo is first time on live chat. I mean, on live stream. So if you didn't watch that yet, and if you want to know a little of what it is to love yourself, if you have any kind of like interest on, you don't know how to love yourself, watch that. It's still watchable. It's replayable. Watch it. And if you have any comments at all, if you have any opinions and thoughts, put that in the comment down below. I do read them. I love reading all of your comments, guys. And okay naman, idol, medyo busy sa work. Yes, work is always going to be there. That is the reason you have to organize. Yun yung importante dun, guys. sometimes, and also with English speakers in the house, from time to time I'll speak Tagalog, but it doesn't mean I don't translate them. So if I mistranslated anything that I say in Tagalog, let me know in the comments down below, timestamp it, and it'll be my pleasure to translate it to you in English. O, diba? Ayan. And hey everyone from Servo. So today it's going to be blueberry true high. Diba? Blueberry. I don't think I've ever had any alcohol that has blueberry in it. That's why I bought them. So I love blueberry. I do. I really do. So we're gonna have toast. I just want to have toast today. It's very, very nice. Kumusta naman po, Ma'am Ganda, Rinel? And of course, how are you, Servo from admin? Ayan. And guys, if I talk too much, if you are here live, talk to my admin, ask questions to my admin and stuff like that. If I don't notice you, if I didn't, from time to time, it's so hard to focus on the chat because of the lights. Sometimes I have problems with the lights, but, you know, type it again. If I didn't notice your questions, if I didn't notice your comments and thoughts, copy it, paste it again, send it, live chat. I want to know all about it. Ganon, guys. Diba? Ayan. But let's take a toast because we're already late. We're starting late. So, ASMRs, guys. I don't know if you can hear it, but Ooh. Guys, those blueberry cheesecakes? Press one if you've ever had blueberry cheesecake. Oh, guys, and by the way, is my voice good? Is it loud and clear? Is it very, very crisp? Or you're having a problem hearing me? Let me know. So, kampai! Kampai. Ayan. Omedeto to me. Ay, omedeto to me. Kung hindi nyo alam yun, bahala kayo dyan sa buhay nyo. Cheers, guys! I gave you a minute. Kampai, kampai, kamay. Salu. Ano pa ba? Sing-sing. What else? Mabuhay in Tagalog. If you have any other language that you know of means cheers, let me know. Ooh, I like it. It's really, really good. Drinking alcohol, if you are in a lost weight journey, I think one of the things that you actually need to stop is drinking alcohol. But at the same time, I know enjoying life, alcohol is part of it. I come from Japan. Japan is very, very kind of like centered on alcohol, social life. So drinking, I wouldn't say it's bad, but in any other things, depending on your goal is, if you are on the heavy side, you need to do a lot of work. But if you're just maintaining, you're not into competition, drinking, I don't have problems with it as long as it's not that much. You have to take care of yourself. Alcohol is a down thing. So if you have problems, FYI, guys. Ayan. Kung hindi nyo alam, pampadown ang alcohol, guys, ha? So if you have problems, if you're in trouble, if you're struggling, I know alcohol does help, but if you want to listen to me, if you just want to listen, don't drink alcohol kasi nakaka-down yun. You're gonna feel better a little bit for a while because you're gonna forget your problems. But the thing is, trying to forget any problem without doing any solution doesn't help. You can forget about your problem, but at the same time, if you don't, or if you're running away from it, you're not trying to find any solution from it, it's not gonna go away. So drinking alcohol is an excuse to forget anything that you need to do. So just stop and get your S together. Oh, diba? Doing good. Literally just woke up. How about all of you guys? Why am I buckling all the time when I'm doing live streaming? I don't know, guys. It's okay. I got a good buzz going with a buddy a few weeks back. Had a small bottle of mead. What's a mead or med? Is that how you pronounce it? Was super sweet and pretty strong for a wine. You know what? I wish I could drink wine. Like I really, really wish my palate likes wine because it's really fancy looking and I really like to look like feminine. So like this, for example, like this. I don't know how to like how to hold properly, but just trying to drink wine, is so feminine to me. But the thing is, I just couldn't take it. Like I couldn't take the taste of it. But remember, I had apple cider, supposed to be like a wine thing. It was good. And med, is it med or mead? Mead. Med is wine made from honey. Oh, you don't say. I've never had that. And I've only drunk 2 times since last year. Wow. See? Sometimes there are things in life that you think you wouldn't get to live without. Is that the thing? Did I say that correctly? But if you didn't try it, you wouldn't know. Ganon. So you have to try it, guys. Long E. What? Like mead. Oh, mead. Oh, and another thing, when I speak English, I have this problem with, like, for example, cook. It's supposed to be, I was taught it was just cook, just like that. But for whatever reason, I like saying it like, I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna like read. I always do that, read, rather than, but I don't know if that matters to you guys, if that irritates you. I'm just saying that sometimes it'll come out when I say something like that. I always do the long, elongated E or ooh, whatever. You know the drill. Like mead. Oh, okay, mead. Wine from honey. Guys, may nalaman tayo, guys. Meron palang wine na galing sa honey. So if you've ever had that, I don't know about that. I've never had wine made out of honey. I've had wine made out of, there's actually those things in Japan, like mango, strawberry. It's almost like wine, I feel like, because it looks like wine and it says cider. But at the same time, because it's so expensive, I couldn't put myself to buy it. But I really want to try them. I had a drink few weeks back and then on my birthday last year. Oh, happy birthday. Belated happy birthday to you. Where's my ring again? I forgot my ring. Anyways, this is good. I like it, guys. If you're in Japan, I don't know if you still can find it because I probably bought this like last year because it's gonna expire this month. That's why I'm drinking it. You don't want anything to go into waste. So, guys, let me tell you a story. Nah, just kidding. Anyways, so today, as I've said, guys, I was like just thinking about this because it, today was a very special day for me. It's kind of like emotional in a way, but at the same time, I'm thinking about, like in life, sometimes, especially if you're a parent, let's go there, like, because I've been wanting to talk about this for quite a while, but I don't know how to put this into like a segment. So, because we're just chilling out, we're just talking, we're just chatting, I just thought, might as well just talk about this since it was happened today. And I'll probably forget about my thought, just kind of want to share it. My 32nd birthday last year. Why am I talking like that? I got trashed with friends at a barcade. What do you mean trashed? Like um drunk, super drunk. And then at a barcade. And what's a barcade? It's like an arcade slash a bar. Like a man cave. Expired yan, boss, kailan? This month. It says 2023 March. So this month it's expired. But, you know, we Filipinos, we don't have expiration date. I don't know. I don't know now, but I remember like back in the day, you don't really see expiration date. Like when I came to Japan, when I was like a kid, I noticed that every food in Japan has their calories, all in there. And also, even if you go to a small kind of like small shop, even though it's like a small shop, which is kind of like sari sari store in the Philippines, you will never see any. Maybe you'll see couple, but 90% of the time I feel like everything has expiration date, and we have two, like best before and then expiration date. You couldn't eat it after that. But in the Philippines back in the day, I don't know now, you don't see that. You don't see expiration date, you don't see calories. So I hope that is basically, like everywhere you go, it's all, like we actually have, like, if you go like find food, like we call it carinderia. It's like a small kind of like cafeteria, but it's probably cafeteria if you translate it. It's like we have this stereotypical of like pangat, which means you heat it up over and over again and sell it. Something. I don't know. Super drunk. Yeah. Oh, how are you drunk? How are you guys when you're drunk? Like there's a different characters of different people. The same as fitness. Everyone has different personality. Everyone, there's no one size fits all kind of thing. So I don't know if you are drunk, what is your character? Like, what are you? What kind of person are you when you're drunk? It's super nerdy thing. It's retro arcade with a bar and grill in it. Oh, you like saying nerdy. Ayan. And Nick, mega, mega loud shout out. Alcohol and a expiration. I know, right? Yes. Oh, I cannot do that because it's gonna. Yes, it does. It does as an expiration date. Like I can see it up there. Yeah, it has. It says 2023 March. So I have to drink it to justify drinking today. Ayan. And Felipe G, thank you. Make a love shout out to you. Are you drinking water, Felipe G? Do you have your water? Go now, get your water, come back again. Cheers with me. Don't drink don't drink cola. No soda, no cola. And I talk even more and I'm just being goofy. Oh, you're a talkative guy. And hello, admin. Ooh, it's kind of sour. Well, blueberry is sour, right? Makes sense. I don't know. So, as I was saying, so it was very emotional, special day. And the thing is, if you are a parent right now, and I don't know if it's the same in other countries, March is typically like graduation, like the end of the school year kind of stuff. And I just really feel like super grateful. You know what I mean? Because it's like of all those years, like you kind of like struggle of being a parent, and and then they graduated, and then it's kind of like a step to adulthood. I was just thinking in there, like, I was once a kid and then turning into adult. Sometimes it feels really, really good. Like I remember knowing exactly, like, I can make a choice for myself, you know? Like my parents cannot mess with me because I'm an adult. You know that power when you turn into like that. I just remember that. And then, one thing, like as a teenager, and then you get to 18, 19, you feel like you know everything. Like the world is so big and you can do anything. So it's just kind of like weird thinking about it. And now that you're basically adult, you have so much responsibility. It just makes me feel of thinking like how I made choices for the past years of my life. I need coffee and water. Yes, get your coffee, admin. You drinking with me? I am. What are you drinking, admin? I want to know. And today, I think I'm funny when I'm drunk. Oh, I like funny. You know what, guys? The thing is, I don't know if it's the same in other countries or in other races. Yeah, races is that how I call it. But like in the Philippines, there are multiple drunks. In Japan as well, I've seen it. In America, I don't think I've ever had any American that drinks and I notice how are they drinking. Like I've never had that first instance or like first experience, personal experience drinking with American. I feel like. So, anyways, so with Filipinos, there are people when they're drunk, they cry. My dad, bless his soul, my Japanese dad, yes, my dad is Japanese. My dad, when he gets drunk, and like there's different levels of drunk, because in Japan, drinking beer is normal. It's like every day it's normal. But when he gets drunk, he cries too. He becomes so emotional, like it's so awkwardly emotional. So also there's a lot of people that when they get drunk, they're like, they won't fight. Like they're so like full of courage that they can fight. We call it war freak in the Philippines. And also there are others that when they're drunk, they're so feminine. Like I'm talking to this with girls. They're so feminine. Like they don't, like they're so we call it Maria Clara. And those people that kind of and then when they get drunk, they're so flirty. So there's different types of people, and but the end point is if you got drunk you're gonna be dumb. That's what it is all about. I'm okay, Admin. Thanks. How are you? I'm always good. Thanks. And I'm drinking coffee. Okay, I thought, akala ko inom ka. Yung pala kape. Kakasa naman kayo. Sige, magkape kayo. Ako iinom. O, sige. Kaya ko to. Kaya ko to. Drinking by myself. Diba? That's the point. But also, I've heard like guys usually drink because they kind of like get courage to talk to a girl. I don't know how much of it is very normal and how much of it is just to say it because when you're drinking alcohol, you kind of like cut off any shame or like how do you call that? Like not hindrances. There's a word. There's an English word for it. Like basically all of your shame is gone out of the window when you're drunk. You get this courage of saying. And that's why there's a saying that if you want to know a person, I don't know. Somebody told me this one. I think it's JJ. But he was saying like if you want to know a person for who or he or for who he or she is, you should make them drunk and then their real character comes out. Though sometimes I feel like there's a hole in that theory. Can you say that's a theory? I don't know. I always use the word theory wrong. So, may trending na kanta dito sa Pinas tungkol sa pag naglalasing. Oh yes! You remind me. Maybe we should do that. I wonder if I'm gonna get. Actually, guys, there's one I know I don't react on music, but I feel like, there's a lot of music that I do want to share with you guys. Let me know if you want me to react on music and introduce you to people that I feel like help me, like spiritually, spiritually, because I'm emotional, guys, spiritually and because music is the one thing that actually really, really makes sense in the world. Charot. Music lang. Kanta lang pala, no? Hindi, hindi. But, there are a lot of music and I feel like, as you get older, I don't know with anybody, but I feel like when you're a teenager, there is a type of music that you're so into. Like those are the pop songs, very, very catchy. And then when you get to be an adult, then your hearing, your taste in music changes. I don't know for some people, but I've noticed myself it really changed a lot. Like back in the day, I'm so ashamed of the music that I listen to as a young adult, and then now I feel like my music genre is really into not, not bad mouthing or not trying to be very arrogant on other artists, but I feel like, as an artist, it just really makes sense to me if you really make your own music, if you make your own songs, you really put a lot of effort on making a song. That's kind of like a real artist with me. That sometimes it doesn't make sense that these people that are very, very, very talented are not being shown and not being shared and being famous and all of those things. So I just thought it would be nice to kind of like give some of the music that I feel like is good to me. And it feels like really, really good for the brain, for your well being, rather than listening to other songs that are not too, you know. The singer is Tony Fowler. Yes. I really, really, really want to react on that one, but I don't know if I'll be allowed. But it was on YouTube though. I just thought, but the thing is, I'm a small YouTuber. Tony Fowler, she's very, very famous in the Philippines. She made a song about drinking and being horny and stuff. It's just really, really, like, as a Filipina, as half Filipina, I'm really, really shocked on that music video. So I don't know if I should react on this now, maybe later. If you stay tuned, guys, admin, if you stay tuned, guys, maybe later part of this of this live stream, we should react on it. Maybe we can do it, because there's a little bit, and maybe there's kids right now in my live stream. I don't know, but it's still kind of early. So maybe a later, we're gonna, I'll let you watch it. I let you judge it. It's not the best song. It's not gonna be the legendary song, super artistry and stuff like that. It's not that. It's more of like how they do the video, and knowing Philippines is traditional. They're conservative country as far as I know, value wise. And the things that I've seen and hear on that music is very, very shocking, but I love it. I love it because it's very, very raw. It's very, very sulati. So I love it. So maybe later, if you guys remember and you're still in the end, we'll do it. I'll probably I'll do it, but you have to make me. You have to remind me to do it because I have to show it to you guys. We'll react it real time. It's just really, really interesting. I I'm into 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s hard rock and metal style. Listen, all that stuff. And I keep my music one way hard. If I can't bang my head to it, I'm usually not interested. Actually, there's one. It's later in my years. I think it's 2018. When did I go to America last time? Or 2019? Before pandemic, I get to go into this. And I think I've been saying this a lot in my live stream, but whatever. I'm still going to repeat my story. It's the best, like one of the best moments of my life. Just one of the best because there's more into it. But there's this base canyon in Washington in the Gorge. I don't know if I pronounce that correctly, but it's trap, rhythm. How do you call the other one? Dubstep, those things. I'm into that now. Like I really like it. I really like how you can like bang your head, head bangers. So I do love those type of music. That's what I kind of listen to, especially when I work out. I need angry song, metal. I need to be angry. I need to pumped up. Yeah, but I've heard some people actually listen to classical when they work out. Couldn't do it. Tried, couldn't do it. Maybe I'm not genius like that. I am BRB getting snack. Yes, go, go, go. Get your snack because we're going to drink tonight. And cheers to me. How about you, Felipe? You still there? Felipe, did you drink your water? Oh, yeah, I'm your water. Every Saturday, you have a water person. I'm going to have to tell you Drink water, drink water, drink water. Ayan. If you're not drinking wine, whatever you're drinking with me, drink water, guys. Guys, you didn't notice my hair. I'm the one who said it. You didn't notice anything about me. I really, really feel sad now. The world revolves around. Nah, nah. I somehow found myself listening mostly to symphonic metal. I blame Nightwish. Ooh, I don't know Nightwish, but symphonic. What do you mean symphonic? Like all instrumental. There's actually, I don't know if you can call it symphonic. How do you pronounce it? Symphonic. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. So I was listening to, you know, the game, is it Hellblade? Cena. What's the game? I don't remember. But there's this game. It's like a Viking era, I think. And this song in that game is really, really nice. So I started listening to them. I think they're from, oh my God, for the love of me, I can't remember shit. Tina and Bam, thumbs up host. Thank you guys. And if you're not liking this, and so far you're liking what you're seeing, you're liking what you're hearing, give me a thumbs up, guys. It'll help on my algorithm. If you thumbs it down, go ahead. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But thank you. And Tina, mega love shout out. Add me nice new hair color boss. Ngayon mo lang napansin, kaasar kayo. Hindi nyo man lang pinapansin yung hair ko. Ayan. Hello, everyone. Ayan, from Tinay and Bam Bam. I have a best friend called Bam Bam. You know, ayan. So, Bam Bam, if you're there, I'm pretty sure you're not watching this, but to my friends, ayan, if ever you're stumbled into my video, stay tuned till the end. I'll probably appreciate all that, watching hours and everything like that. Really, really gonna be appreciate. Konnichiwa, minasan. Aw, you know that? Have you been in Japan, Tinai and Bembem? So, why is it Tinai and Bembem? Is it two people? Or why do you call yourself Tinai and Bembem? O, diba? Marites lang. Eto sera ko eh. Ano magagawa nyo? Andito kayo eh. Ayan. I'm back and welcome back to you, Servo. Anyways, guys, ayan. Let's drink more. It's just one can. I don't think I'm gonna get. Lately, I think my tolerance, can you say tolerance on alcohol? It feels like it's going up, but I'm not drinking a lot. But I think for, like, I think when I did the cheat meals, like couple of cheat meals live stream, and sometimes I would drink. I think that's the culprit of me being able to tolerate, and of course like socializing from time to time. You need that in Japan. In Japan, it's a very, very big thing that you have to socialize with coworkers and stuff like that. It's called camaraderie, in English. It's very important. Pinaalala ko lang sa kanila. Ah, ganun ba yon? Pinaalala. Ako nagpaalala kaya, hindi ikaw. Hindi pa ako nakapunta sa Japan, host. Oh, you should. You should come to Japan. Everyone, I'm just gonna say this. If you have opportunity to come to Japan, go. Don't blink, just go. Because you're not gonna regret it, unless you don't see me, you're gonna regret it. But the thing is, Japan is safe. And if you're uncomfortable about it, if you're uncomfortable traveling alone in Japan, come back here, ask questions. If I'm not live, connect with my social media, ask questions there. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna answer it on my live stream if you ask questions. In the comment section down below, ask your questions. Anything at all. It could be life in Japan, it could be as a personal trainer, about your fitness journey, about your life journey, about your problems, about your rants, anything, like just anything that you want to get out of your chest. Every Saturday, I'll be here. Let's talk about it. But at the same time, I want you guys also to learn, as I am learning, to kind of like understand, comprehend each other's perspective. Like when you say something in public, when you give your opinions or your thoughts, it doesn't mean everyone would agree with you. And that is fine. It's fine because not everyone would agree with you, and you don't have to be upset about it. That's their thought. You have to understand they have different belief, they have probably different culture, different background. The important thing is we're having conversation. You're trying to grow mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually. I don't know how you can grow sexually, but it has to be from experience. But a lot of people doesn't want to have a lot of experience, especially for a woman. And name lang po na dalawa kong aso, beautiful host. Ooh, what kind of dogs do you have? Oh, gusto ko yan. I wish I can have dog. Pero, Japan talaga gusto ko puntahan. Japan ka ba ngayon, host? Yes. I'm from Tokyo. Hi. Diba? Biglang ganun. I'm from Tokyo. Hi. Ayan. Yes po, nasa Japan si host and Sisi Koy. Kumusta Sisi Koy? Are you feeling better? Kumusta ang nagpa-practice ng English? Ayan. Sisi Koy, I hope you feel better. I know you still probably feel a little bit tired. Siguro pagod ka pa, okay lang yon kung magpapahinga ka, ayan. Sana yung yaw-yaw ko makatulong, o kapag hindi naman, pag na-bored ka, okay lang din naman. O, di ba? Admin, mega love shout out. Ayan. I do miss you guys. I know I've been really, really kind of like not around as much as I can. It's just really, really hectic. It's March, April. It's kind of like graduation and start of the school year in Japan. So for me, it's really, really busy. And the thing is, as a personal trainer as well, we do have like kind of, oh, di ba nag-explain? I'm gonna explain because I want to. Some people like to be updated, or maybe it's kind of like an information that it's not needed in your life, but you want to hear it anyways. Di ba? Wow! What is wow? Ano yung wow? Hindi ko alam yun. But, also as a personal trainer, Servo probably can relate to this. Like every year, you get to have to renew your merits, your credits. You have to study, continuing studying. So that's what I've been doing lately. So if you're missing out on my uploads, and if I'm not uploading too much, or I'm not posting anything at all, sorry, but not sorry. So yan. Bisaya lang ako. Aso ko host. Bisaya? Ano ibig sabihin nun? 'Di ba? Wala namang problema sa Bisaya. Uy. But before guys, I have to kind of like ayoko nga. I don't want to. I don't know if people can relate, but like growing up in the Philippines as well, we have, like different people, like different types of people in the Philippines. Like, like in Japan, people that grew up in Tokyo, or like grew up in the city versus grew up in the country, stuff like that. And as a kid, I'm not really a good kid, I would say. I'm a very, very, I'm nothing alike right now when I was a kid. I'm ashamed when I was a kid, probably, because I'm really maldita. I'm a brat. I'm a spoiled brat as a kid. And I grew up with rich kids, kind of say. So sometimes, as a kid, you kind of like mimic people around you. And for the most part, when we have Bisaya, when we like Bisaya is from, like Filipinos that come from, I think it's the center of the Philippines. It's not from Manila. So they're kind of like a countryside. So they have different dialect, they have different intonation, accents. And usually the same as America, Mexicans are stereotypical of they kind of like work like, like household chores and stuff like that. So growing up, I've kind of like seen Bisaya as kind of like it's not a bad thing, but I kind of like looked down on them as a kid because the people around me do that. I'm a kid. I'm a stupid kid. But as I grew up, I learn more. And that's the point is you have to learn more. You have to open your mind with things. You have to talk to people and I like them. I really really like them. Like I even try to understand what they're saying. Like I try to, like understand how they talk, stuff like that. They're kind of like animated, when it comes to like the Bisaya people in the Philippines and people that come from like grew up in the city. I love it that they're kind of like in a way they're innocent, not like people that was you know grew up in the city. Sometimes they have these certain attitudes, but them I like them. You're all good. So I love you guys. Di ba? Agoy-agoy. Ayan. Ano bang Bisaya ng magandang gabi? Ano bang Bisaya ng magandang gabi, guys? Hindi ko alam. Um, hmm, I forgot. But I remember one thing. Lubot. Yun lang naalala ko talaga. A wild child. Yes, but I wouldn't say like if you compare me to other wild child, I'm pretty tame. It's just more of like the brat thing going on. Yeah, a lot of landscaping and grant type of work. Yes. Maayong gabi. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. O, 'di ba? Tama ba? O, galing ko. Kaon tayo, ganyan. O, 'di ba? I like it. So, guys, sa mga taga Bisaya diyan, 'di ba? Ayun. Mahal na mahal ko na kayo, guys. I really like how they're so nice, like some of them that I've met really down to earth, and I've learned a lot from them throughout the years. They're so practical. I can say that. They're so practical. There's actually like a stereotype if you come from a certain specific place in the Philippines. I think it's Ilocano. Tama ba ko? Ilocano. They're very, very like how do you call that? They don't spend money or they don't waste money. It's almost like they, like do this with their money. And I think that's why sometimes they call me Bisaya because I'm like that. I'm trying to burp, guys. Hold on. I couldn't. Too much information. Maayong gabi. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. O, diba? And also there's another one like like certain people in the Philippines. I feel like one of the things that I'm just really proud of being half Filipino is I get to know the character of adjusting because like meeting a lot of foreigners, like different people from different parts of the world. I feel like Filipinos are really, really good at adjusting to its place, adjusting to its kind of like where they live. You can see Filipino in every part of the country. I'm not going to be surprised if even if the super, super corner of the world, there's going to be one Filipino or Filipina. I wouldn't be surprised. But they're really good at adjusting and kind of like trying to, like have this connection with other people even if it's not the same culture, I think. So that's one of the things that I'm really, really proud of being half because not a lot of foreigners or not a lot of people would adjust to where they're going, and also like trying to find that connection with people or trying to adjust your character based on where you are living. That's another thing that is really, really good with a Filipina. So if you want to marry Filipina, go ahead. Make my day. Ganon. Ayan. Josa, sisi ko, thank you, thank you. I hope you feel better for real. Kumusta ka na talaga dyan? Oh my god, it's sour, guys. Ugh. It's good. Don't get me wrong, guys. This is really good, but it's on this sour. That's why I don't like lemon chuhai or something like that. Sometimes I feel like sour and alcohol shouldn't be like that. Alcohol shouldn't be sour or something like that. But, anyways, guys, if you want to chit chat with me, guys, let me know. And if you're just first time in this live chat, like there's some stuff that if you want to come chat with me, I hope you should chat with the community first, make yourself known kind of thing. But, for the people that are regulars in the live chat, if you want to come up and talk with me, chit chat with me, let me know, let admin know. I'll give you the link on this live stream. And then have, chat with me, just kind of like that. Ang dami kong yaw-yaw, guys. Ang ingay ko ba? Hindi naman masyado. So, what are we going to talk about today? BRB, need to make coffee. What kind of coffee do you get? What kind of coffee do you have? I really miss my devil's coffee. I really miss good, good, good coffee. Like real good. Not instant, nothing, not Starbucks. Like real coffee. Good coffee. It's expensive, but I feel like it's worth it to have a good cup of caffeine in my system. I'm just addicted to caffeine. So if you are not drinking coffee, just don't drink at all, because it's not really, really nice to be addicted to it. While Ben, while Ben, the stump of correct, correct, correction, like typo. Wild Ben. I don't know what's a wild Ben. Maybe wild Ben? You know, what? You know what? Ben is actually, it means poop in Japan. Ben. But it's not Ben, it's Ben. It means poop. So if you're gonna have kids in Japan, don't name them Ben because it means poop. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, guys, let me just go take a quick break. I'm just gonna get something. It's just like my throat is really, really not doing whatever. There's something in my throat. I just want to get it out. Not get it out. I mean, drink water, not the alcohol. I just want to get and grab water for a while. So don't go anywhere. Stay there and then think of anything topic that you want to think about. Unpopular opinions, very, very welcome. Put it in the live chat. When I come back, we'll talk about it. For now, BRB muna tayo. Okay, guys? And we're back. Oh, diba? Sabi ko sa inyo. For whatever reason, guys, I feel like, I think it's just being cold and I don't know. It's just too much shouting, maybe. Too much shouting. And of course, hi there to you, 100% true. You want to talk to me again? I got Dunkin' Donut. I get Dunkin' Donuts, whole coffee, and grind them myself and do French press. Oh, there's actually one that is very, very supposedly good for making coffee. Like there's this YouTube channel, like he's basically just kind of like it's all about coffee, like how to make your coffee really good. And if you think about it, this artist or artisan, if that's how you call them, like very very sophisticated when it comes to coffee. Like it's really really interesting, but French press is one of those things that if you want to get a good cup of coffee, you should do a French press. And there's another one. I think there's like a steam going on. I don't remember how it's called, but that's another one, another one that you can actually do a good cup of coffee. But yeah. So is there any here, if you're a guy or a boy, is any one of you ever kind of felt like coffee is a hindrance when you wake up? Like I remember back in the day because I had this brand of coffee. It's very, very strong coffee and I like it black so as not to have sugar in my body. Good for diet anyways and good for you anyways. But at the same time, when I kind of like didn't get that specific brand of coffee, after a while you get into this kind of withdrawals. You get to have headaches, and that's one of the things that I think I don't like when you get addicted to coffee is that when you didn't get it on time, you get headaches. So if you are a kid or if you're an adult who wants to drink coffee, don't drink strong coffee or don't even try it at all. Because, like coffee can be addictive. It's caffeine. And if you're addicted to it, if you lean out of it, you're not gonna have a good day because you're gonna get a headache. And Christian, mommy, I see mega mega love shout out. Oh, Christian, thank you, Christian. How you doing? Diba? I don't know, guys. Maybe I eat too much. I ate wagyu today, like yakiniku. If you've never had wagyu, you're missing a lot in your life. Diba? How about tea? Oh, I love tea. One of my favorites is jasmine tea. I'm pretty normal. I love, 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 love jasmine tea. I drink that a lot. Wine pa, yes. Pasosyal ako ngayon eh. Supposedly, it's not wine, but, I'm pretending it's wine. So I'm feminine. Because some people think I'm not feminine. Like 100% true thinks I'm not feminine. Why do you think I'm not feminine, by the way? 100% true. Why is this going down? Yeah, I don't know if is this bothering you guys. Let me know if this bothers you, okay? Ayan, mega mega love shout out. Why jasmine tea? Does it have benefits? Well, I didn't really look much into it. I just like the taste. I just like, jasmine tea. And also another thing, if you go to the Philippines, tea in the Philippines is usually sweet. Tea in America is sweet. I've never had green tea with sugar. Like that's very, very, very shocking to me. And I'm half Filipino. But knowing they put sugar in green tea in America, that's a very, very troubling for me. Don't do it. You are feminine. Aw, for real. Is that a compliment or what? I don't know if that's a compliment if you talk to me about feminine, you know. Ganda naman po mic mo, Mommy Icy Buchanan po. Did you know this is just second hand? I couldn't buy first, you know. You know what? There's this thing about me, guys. When it comes to electronics, when it comes to devices, I always want it to be new. I don't like buying second hand. I want it to be mine from the beginning till the end. I'm that selfish. But, like I need mic, for a wonderful, like when you're a live streamer or you have a YouTube channel, one of the important things, it's not the video itself. Of course, quality of the video is very, very right there. But if you're live streaming, if you're doing podcasts, if you're talking to people, number one that you should really, really look out for is your audio. And I hope I'm doing justice with mine. Supposedly, this is good, good, good mic. And I think it is. So I couldn't buy them, like one new one. So I have to look for it in much cheaper side of things. So you watching my channel and, like sharing my channel, giving, being a member and doing super thanks, super chats, donating on this channel, it means a lot to me because then I can actually build something that is very, very entertaining to you guys while you spend time with me. So I do appreciate all of you that are doing that. And why am I holding this? Ayan. Mami, wag ka nga po mag-English. Dumugo ilong ko po. Problema mo na yan, Christian. Not my problem. Guys, I do encourage, especially you Filipinos, diba? Especially you Filipinos. You guys know how to speak English, especially if you're a YouTuber. I hope you practice your English, and that is what I'm encouraging you to do in my channel. I know I've started talking in Tagalog, but you never listen to me anyways. So I'm gonna start talking in English because people in English talks to me. Sabay gano'n. Bye, diyan ka na nga. O, di ba? What would you like to build that's entertaining? What the thing is, I really wanted to have like a specific place. And this is my goal, guys. I really want to have a specific place where I can, like record my workouts, like stuff that I could actually share more and something that I could do, freely without being embarrassed or being because as much as I want to do vlogs, as much as I want to do like, explore you guys IRL in different places in Japan, I think there's a lot of people doing that. And the thing is I'm still finding that, that feeling of I'm not bothering people, like showing my camera and pulling it and talking. It's like the last time when I was in Shibuya and I was just walking around Shibuya because it's near my work. So I'm just spending time, wasting time, and I'm not in the mood to listen to music. I'm not in the mood to kind of like be in a call or anything like that because people are busy. I don't want to bother people just to keep me company while I waste time in Shibuya. So I was thinking maybe I should do IRL so I can talk to you guys. I have company and people who needs company as well can be in my live stream. But as soon as I'm going to get out my phone, because Japan is open, right? Open for tourists and stuff like that. I notice how many people are in their phone and live streaming or Twitch and doing IRL. It's like everyone is on their phone, and I felt very, very weird. So I don't know what you do, guys. Like I'm still trying to figure out that balance where, well, as a Japanese, I think part of me, I don't like bothering people. And there's actually one law in Japan that you cannot really take other people's faces and put them on social media. It's not allowed. It's basically illegal. If someone complains about it and somebody sue you for it, then you're in a big trouble. It's just, not everyone would look at people's blogs and see if they're in it, but it's a thing in Japan. So be very, very careful about that, guys. So at the same time, it's almost like part of me as a Japanese. I don't feel comfortable bothering people with my camera on their faces or like walking with a phone. I hate it. It's one of my pet peeves when people are walking staring at their phone. Sometimes I feel like, in all honesty, I just want to do that and then put their phone or kind of like smash their shoulder and they'll drop their. Sometimes I have that thinking in my head. It's just sometimes it just really feels like, can you just stop and then look at your phone and then put it on your pocket and walk? Those are the stuff that I feel like, some people would tell me because I'm not in their generation. It's a generational thing. No, I think it's just, you don't give a shit about people walking past you when you're on your phone. So what would you interview differently now that everyone is on their phone? What do you mean would I interview differently? What does it mean? Do you want to come up? Because sometimes you ask questions. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes it's hard for me to understand what are you trying to say. Won't walking with a phone be the next step for you to be great? No. Why? That's why I love Bluetooth, because then I can talk to people. But sometimes I feel like still I bother people because sometimes they think you're talking to them. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm talking to somebody. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Okay, you're back, Servo. So those are the things, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. But this is what I'm comfortable right now. I like talking to you guys. I like getting a glimpse of your lives and your life experiences, your stories, and I just like talking. I like it like this. But maybe one day I get to get out of that, like comfort zone. But for now, and that's another thing, guys, not because I keep telling you guys get out of your comfort zone and I'm not doing it. I just really think there's like priorities, like getting out of your comfort zone. But that's one thing that I feel like it's not really a priority per se, that I should be out there and doing a lot of, stuff, but good for people that are doing it. So you have the outlet to see that kind of like IRL and walking outside and stuff like that. So, good for that. But for now, for me, I still feel not comfortable doing that. But at the same time, from time to time, I try because I do have, you guys actually give me that, like the Insta 360. So sometimes I'll do that. I'll take it out and, Filipina P has started doing street interviews and she's bringing in numbers. So that's another thing when it comes to YouTube. There's this line for me where, oh, this is going to be deep. This is going to be a deep thought. And I hope you can understand this in a way. I'm not saying this to kind of like, look down on other people or saying this to kind of badmouth anybody. It's not about that. It's just a thought in my head and who I am. But when it comes to YouTube, I've always started my YouTube trying, like knowing that it'll take a lot of time before you even get anything out of it or even get monetized for one reason. And for me, being monetized very, very fast, thanks to all the Filipino community that kind of supported me in the way, and people that actually like listening to me, like trying to better themselves as well, and seeing the point of view that I think I am trying to show you guys, that every people's stories, you can learn from it. As they say, experience is the best teacher. So, with all of those, I think I'm one of the lucky ones that I get monetized very, very fast. Because, you know, like me, like being in this React thing that I'm trying to kind of like, like explore right now. And if you're not watching my React videos, please do watch them. You might find it funny or interesting or whatever. Just kind of like a thought of the day. But one of the things that I felt like ever since I've started this channel, and I think for the most part of my life, my whole part of my life, I don't like being stuck just because this is what you're supposed to do. I like doing it in my own pace. I like doing it because I want to do it and not because of other motives. But I just want to do it because that is my passion. That is what I'm advocating. And that is what I really, really believe in. So, for the most part, and I think we've touched a little bit of this, is that when it comes to YouTube channel and doing your videos, it's all about getting views, getting being seen and stuff like that. I know it's part of it. And that's why I feel like when people compliment how I'm good at doing interview, like doing live stream, how I talk, how I present myself, and that people, I feel like if I'm really good at it, why am I not big? Stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel it's because, I'm not doing the kind of like blueprints they say of what other people are doing. Because I think I want to be real for myself first of all. Like, I'm not going to do one thing because I know it's going to get me views. I want to do it because I want to do it. I want to do it because I want to share something, not because I'm going to. The thing is, when it comes to like movements and stuff like that, like Passport Bros, sometimes watching a lot of it, I feel like which ones are real, like that's what you really believe in, and which one are you keep saying it because it gets you views. You know what I'm saying? So, your own pace. The world is moving fast and your speed is a little slow. And what's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, apparently, I'm good at interviews. Of my friends, I sent the video of us to. Oh, what do they say? I want to know. Tell them, say something on the comments down below. I want to know. I know, like, all of us is not really good at bad criticism, but I think, it's good. Sometimes it's good to hear bad criticism and, good criticism, you know, bad, good, whatever, it's good. It's part of, learning. It's part of being better. It's nice to do that. So I don't know. It's just in life, it just feels like sometimes you're so into superficial, like the outside, rather than really trying to pinpoint of what you want in life. You're so, how do you call that? You're so, ano ba yung English ng ano? Masyado kang, I don't know guys why I'm forgetting a lot of English words today. But it's part of my everyday kind of thing. When you speak too much Japanese, you forget those sometimes in English, you forget Tagalog and stuff like that. But, there are those things. Sometimes it just happens. But whatever. Anyways, what I'm saying is, wala. Wala. Wala akong sinasabi, guys. Hold on, guys. Let me do this so you can see the join us. There you go. Better? That's better, right? And superficial, how has learning eliminated that? What do you mean? Oh, when I say something superficial, When I say superficial, what I mean is the outside. It's almost like, sa Tagalog palamuti, 'di ba? Like for example, YouTube, we all know subscriber counts, views counts, everything counts, Subscribers, you want to have a lot of subscribers so that other people would notice you. And that's kind of like the bad, I wouldn't say bad, but it's kind of like disappointing part of real life is that if you don't have a lot of subscribers, not a lot of people would notice you because the first thing they would look at is how many subscribers do you have. And if you doesn't have, or if you're not that big, no matter how much talent and how much artist, or like how good of an artist are you or a content creator are you, if your subscribers is not in that pace, you're not going to be looked up to, or you're not going to be seen by other people that would lead you to that greater heights of success on YouTube. And that's kind of like disappointing. And I'm not just telling it to myself, but for the past few years of trying to find people in YouTube, people that I collaborated with, I find a lot of talented, very, very interesting channels out there. And one of the things, like the new video that I actually had, like about Japan, the reasons dating in Japan is hard for foreigners, the YouTube channel is Nathan. Like it only has, it's not even 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if he has a main channel or second or third channel, but for me, he says things that are kind of like real. He has interesting points, and I don't think he's boring to look at, hear, listen to. But for me, he has a lot of views, but he doesn't have a lot of subscribers. So if you watch those, you can connect with him as well. I put the description links down below. So those are the things that I say superficial, and it's eliminating your learning because I feel like you're not looking deep of what you really want in life because you're so focused on superficial things. You forget the kind of like the heart of what you want to do in life, or what can make you better, because you're all stuck into kind of like, if you think about it, if you are so stuck in money and you kind of like ignoring your family, at the end of the day you get a lot of money, but you might lose your family. So that's what I'm saying in that kind of, Hey! Jason, you're here. How are you, Jason? Diba? Jason, mega, mega love shout out. How you doing? Napasyal ka. As long as someone can explain or justify as to why they don't like something about me or what I say, I'm fine with criticism. It's when they say they don't like me or my point of view or what it annoys. What? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. It annoys you when they say they don't like you or your point of view. It annoys you. But in what sense? In what sense it annoys you that they would tell like your point of view is bad? But that's the thing, like not everyone can like what you say. Like for me, I gave up explaining myself when people doesn't like what I say or doesn't agree with me. I don't have to explain in a very, very, very long. If they're close minded, that's their problem. Why is it disappointing when they worked hard to earn that subscription base? Didn't they deserve it? Well, that's the part that I think 100% true. You should kind of lower down a little bit. Like, don't go to the extreme end of what I'm saying. I'm not saying for those people that work hard. That's not what I'm saying. So don't put words in my mouth. You know, I don't say that, for people who are working hard Everyone deserves it. If you work hard for something, you deserve it. I'm not saying about that. And ganda naman ng Miss Oyn si Uy. Ay, talaga lang. Huwag kang ganyan, Jason. Ikaw naman. Huwag mo masyadong pinapansin. Naiilang ako niyan eh. But that can explain why they don't like me or agree. Oh, it annoys you when they cannot explain why they don't like you. Well, there are just people out there that wouldn't like you just based on your appearance, period. Some people wouldn't like you just because your voice is not their type. Now, you have an irritating voice. They won't like you. There's a lot of stuff. You'll be amazed of how many people wouldn't like you just based on one petty thing in your body, physical or whatever. It's just what it is. And just don't mind it. The thing is, I think I find it really, really enlightening, and I find it very, very refreshing when I finally reach the point where I just don't give a shit when people don't like me. They don't have to like me, because I too, there are people that I just don't like, but I don't say it. I wouldn't talk to them probably, but it doesn't mean, like I'm gonna be rude to them. It's just part of like how you react on different scenarios, and that's all we can do really. And if they're close-minded people, for me it's just not worth it to talk to them. There are just people, and no matter how many people would tell me, but you have to teach them. There are just people that are not teachable. There are just people who probably would learn these things in their own pace, and that's not going to be your problem. You just have to let them. But, oh, in terms of how I look, I could give a flying what others think. Exactly. I see. What if I like you based on something physical about yourself? You'd probably see me as creepy. Oh no. Of course not. I'll be flattered. Ang landi ang puta. Ayan. No. It's like me, I think like ever since as a child, even right now, if I see something in a person that I like, I say it. I just do. And the thing is, okay, listen to me, guys. Listen to me carefully. This is the thing, guys. Some guys would probably think like what 100% true is saying if he says something about my physicality that he likes and I would see him as creepy. I think, it depends on persons. And I think one of the things that is being trend nowadays that I don't know if I'm going to cover it. I feel like I have to, like I really, really want to. But at the same time, as I've said earlier, it's almost like I don't want to come out as if I'm doing this because it's trending, it's viral. It's not about that. Sometimes I just really want to talk about it because it has to be talked about. There's a lot of context that is not being said. And I feel like as a live streamer, and I do have a platform for it, and you guys are there to pitch in with me of what are your thoughts about it. I feel like I should talk about it. One is the gym toxicity, like the people in the gym that are being toxic. And if you know what I mean, the girls that are calling stitches and stuff like that. The thing is, there's a line I feel like, and I've talked about this with a lot of guys. Where's the line where I could be angry about, like a male doing this versus just admiring you? Because girls, we can objectify guys too. That's why we love six packs. That's why we love looking at boom boom. Like if you ever watch American football, and I'm going to say this, one part of me liking American football is when they hot because you can see You can see their built, you can see their boom boom, and it's really, really nice. And it is really, really admirable. So I look at it and I like it. I like what I see. But the thing is, where is the line when it becomes creepy? For me, it becomes creepy when you stare at it and you hold your pee. That's my line. I've had that happen to me, but if you're gonna stare at me because I'm wearing something sexy or I'm showing something, I don't care. I'm showing it anyways. That's a consequence I have to face. If I'm wearing sexy clothes, that's a consequence. People would look at me if I have something to show. Now, if you have nothing to show, then it's fine. Okay. I'm proud as shit of the way I look. Good job. That's the important thing. But don't take it to like the narcissistic kind of way, because there's the line where you become narcissist and then you're just proud of what you built. But there's still other people that would think, even though you're just being proud in a good way, they would still think of you are a narcissist. So just do you, boo boo. Yeah. Well, in that case, one of my buddies who watched the interview of us was like, damn, well, tell him, thank you. Arigato gozaimashita. Tell him you can took the timeline of this, timestamp of this, and tell him this is for you, whoever. Serve a survivor, buddy. Thank you. I like it. Arigato. Ayan. So, you're flattered when someone admire. Who doesn't? Real talk, 100% true. Who doesn't flatter? Who doesn't feel like flattered when someone admires you? I wouldn't believe it if they said no. Would you be jealous if a friend was more liked? What? Hold on. Would you be jealous if a friend was more liked than you? I don't get the question. Do it again. Do it again 100%. I'm all fair, love and war. Ooh, what does that mean? My brain's going somewhere else. Ayan. Trust me, I care about everyone. And that's the problem. Sometimes, this is harsh truth. I feel like, well, you can disagree with this. But for me, so far, I think self care, having a peace of mind, being peaceful in your life is not really caring about a lot of people. Like not caring in a way like you don't give a shit about them. It's more of like not caring in a way that you can snap out of things that they would say that you wouldn't like, stuff like that. It's really, really refreshing. And at the same time, it's like freeing, because you don't, whatever they say is fine. It's really freeing. Like I like it. Like I don't have those stress days like would last for a whole day, because I've been like that before. Like every single time when people criticize me at work or just a friend tells you something, it'll be a long day for me because I couldn't snap out of it. But when I learned not to care, not that I don't care about them, not that I don't love them or respect them. It's more of like they said it, it's done, then move on. My life is way better. I can sleep at night. I don't stress all day. It's so good. Self care is caring because you present yourself in the best possible version to the world, and that's the goal. That's the goal. I do hope. Sometimes it becomes so cringy to me when sometimes I would say something like that, like trying to better myself. Because you see a lot of gurus, life coach, stuff like that. Or sometimes even psychologists or therapists can have a bad rap around that because But at the same time, knowing and trying to be better because you have to for yourself, you know, not because you want to prove someone or you want to get approval of somebody, just the sole reason of you want to be better so that you can tell to yourself that you've done it and you've been a better person, a nice person, and people around you loves you, respects you because of what you did. And that's really good. I mean, it could be cringy because you're doing a self-help books, trying to kind of like talk about deeper thoughts about life, trying to learn a lot of things that you could do to better yourself. It could be cringy to some, but even for me, sometimes I could be cringy because sometimes I feel like I talk too deep. You know, I talk too like my thoughts are super deep. But at the same time, if I'm not going to talk about this, who's going to open this conversation for me? You know what I'm saying? Does it become a little self absorbed when it becomes an obsession? Well, the thing is, it depends on what kind of obsession do you have. You know, like if you are obsessed on obsession is really, really, really bad. I feel like you know, anything that's so much love. Although I feel like I love so much, but at the same time, I feel like I try to balance things out. But I think it's just you have to know where to stop. You have to know where to kind of take a breathe, time to relax, not all the time in the world. Like every minute of the day, all we have to do is obsessing on one thing. That's really not bad for your mental health. And of course, emotionally, it's not really good. It could be draining. So just be very, very balanced on, and balance can be really, really bad at, you know, like you cannot be balanced all the time. So just don't be too hard on yourself sometimes. I say that to myself most of the time because I feel like, you know, if you think not a lot of people criticize me, you don't have to criticize me. I criticize myself all the time. You should look in my head. You should look in my mind. I criticize myself all of the time. So I have to learn how to kind of like slow down, breathe, and kind of like take it easy. I see. What if you have viewers that are obsessed with me? I don't know. I couldn't say that, you know. I mean, people can be obsessed with a person. It does happen, you know, but I think it's more of like how are you trying to deal with that obsession? Because I'm not a psychologist. I'm not really good at, you know, like obsessing on things. Is there anything that I obsessed about? Well, I think I'm obsessed with trying to be good, trying to be better, you know, like better than me yesterday. You know, I think that's what I'm obsessed about, you know, like trying. Oh, there's one. I'm so obsessed with knowing that I'm a good mother and a wife, you know, trying to go back to that grace of, you know, being called and being remembered as a good person, a good daughter, a good friend. Pretty sure good friend is not my best suit because sometimes I know who I am when it comes to friends. I don't talk for a month and then I'll be back, you know. That's just who I am. But I always treat friends of mine, if you get into my circle and it's very, very tiny, you know, it means you're a family. Like you guys, you know, you're Icy Fit family. And I do appreciate each and every one of you that comes here. And sometimes if you interact a lot, I remember your name, I remember your stories because I do appreciate all of those things. Are you not worthy of being obsessed over? Oh my God. I don't know. It's not being the worthy thing, don't you think? It's kind of like being worthy. That's another word that I really want to talk about someday, because there's that word is also overused, that what's your worth seems to be is being overused, where the meaning of worth means your value is becoming meaningless. Ah, di ba? Trying to be good, sabay natawa. Because I am. How do you act to be considered to be a good wife? Oh, that's a good question. So, guys, this I want to ask you guys, okay? Men and women, if you're watching right now, live or on replay, let me know, what does good wife means to you? Because I think when it comes to being a good wife, it could be different from each and every individual. So, for me, and please, guys, if you're on the live chat right now, let me know what is a good wife. So, 100% true. What is a good wife means to you, and all of you guys out there, let me know. So, good wife for me means being responsible, you know. And a lot of people around me says this a lot, that, like serving, like doing dishes, doing food, cooking. Almost like I joke around this to my family. Like after work, I still going to my second job as a maid. But it's a joke for me. It's not really something that, I resent doing. It's a joke. So for me, being a good wife is doing my responsibility as a wife and a mother consistently. So if I didn't, now that I've been busy for past few months, I'm not being able to do general cleaning in the house. I've been not doing a bunch of things, and that sometimes keeps me awake at night because I feel like I'm lacking. I'm not doing that part. But it's me serving my family, that me being a good wife. And of course, all of those necessary emotional stuff, like being there for them, loving them, especially my kids unconditionally, no matter how much sometimes, it's not, there's nothing perfect. Sometimes they'll give you headaches, they're going to give you attitude, especially they're teenagers. So, there are those stuff. But, me being an understanding parent is being a good mother. But a good wife, oh, good wife is what you're asking. Yeah. Doing my responsibility as a wife according to what I know of, which means, cooking for my family, doing dishes, doing laundry, household chores. That's for me. And a lot of people in my circle doesn't think of it like that. But for me, it's kind of like a job that I have to be good at. So that's for me is being a good wife. And of course, well, I kind of suck at this one. I have a stain, but at the same time, I'm trying to go back to that being good wife. So, being loyal, stuff like that. Natatawa ako. I'm trying, guys. So, I'm behaving, I'm being a good wife again. So, to me, it means that she allows me to pull her. Jesus, you should have told me. Okay, this is for adult only. Oh, diba? And that another one, of course, that's another, that's an oh, there's actually an unpopular opinion. Actually, we're going there 100% true. Let's go there. Okay. What time is it? Is there kids in here? Hopefully not. Ayan. My ex used to get mad at me when I did my own laundry. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I do that too. I feel like I'm such a loser if I let my husband or my kids do the laundry. I feel like I'm doing a bad job. The rough stuff. I know, right? You should have told me about that because I'm trying to be emotional, spiritual, and stuff like that. And that's what you're aiming at. You should have been telling me exactly what kind of question is that. But yes, now my brain is like, which one would I should tackle first? But let's see. Let's see if I'll remember this. So first one, there's this unpopular opinion when it comes to sex, right? So for me, there's a saying like the way to a man's heart is through their stomach. Supposedly you're supposed to be a good cook. But growing up, I feel like the way to a man's heart is through their pee-pee. 100% watching too much Korean. Thank you guys for filtering those words. I do appreciate it. You know what are the words that are not really good for, public consumption. So I would appreciate it if you're gonna filter and use other words to kind of like, send me your message kind of thing. And of course, welcome back to Lee. Lee, welcome back. Where have you been? We've missed you, Lee. Are you here last? Oh, you're here. Oh, are you here last week? I honestly not wrong. Playing 20 toes. What is the 20 toes? I don't know. Ayan. Is unaccessible in Korea. Well, then you have to have a VPN. You have to use the VPN. I swear, if I do have a sponsor of VPN, please watch this and use this for your consumption so you can watch anything you want. Diba? But yes, you can still watch them 100% true. 20 toes. Oh, that's what it means. I don't get it, Servo. And thank you, BFF. Thank you. But let's go back to that thing. So there's an unpopular opinion of mine when it comes to, and I think, like for the past few years, I think I'm changing a little bit, but I've talked about this because in Japan, we all know that in Japan, when you get to marry someone, it could lead to a sexless marriage. And I wouldn't be hypocritical about this, but for me lately, I've been really, 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 really tired sometimes that I feel like there's a moment where I kind of like had that low libido, as they say. And it could be a problem for marriage, for couples, for relationships. And I think the unpopular opinion was that sex is one of, I feel like, it's harsh to say it's a responsibility or obligation because then it becomes work. But at the same time, it is a lot of work. Well, if it's a 5 minutes thing, yeah, sure, But that's not what for us is. It's never 5 minutes. So for you girls out there, this is the unpopular opinion of mine. If it only takes 5 minutes, just give it anyways. That's a part of like one. I think this is a very popular opinion with guys that one of the reasons they marry someone is that so they can have a full access to sex for their whole entire life, as when they're married. So I think, for a wife, I think one of the obligation, but not in a bad thing or bad way. It's almost like one of the things that you have to fulfill in a relationship is having that intimacy going on, because without intimacy, then communication would lack and so on and so forth. So that's another thing that you have to basically figure out. So if being a good wife is you pulling their hair, good for you. I hope you find that woman out there, because there's a lot of, hopefully there's a lot of us like that out there. Icy, let me on. Okay, hold on, Lee. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put the link down there. There you go. Nightbot will drop its link. Ayan. Anyways, what is it? What is it saying? What is the rant of Lee? Let's see. So this is no icing. Sex is like walking for men. The way to a man's heart is through inspiration. Okay. Cooperation and being feminine. This is the word again. Feminine. What is a feminine with you guys? Be specific when you say something feminine. What does feminine sounds like to you? Ayan. Let's see. Let's explore that. Dirty videos. Okay. Or pink films. Is that what Japanese call? Like in Japan, guys, you can actually hold on. I might butcher this information, but you have to look this for me. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. But in Japan, you can actually sue your wife if they're not fulfilling the sex part in your relationship. Like you can actually, it's a reason for a divorce. So that's a thing. Wow, look at him. He's in the backstage, guys. It's so formal. I see. Gotta give your man sex. It's a responsibility. Uh, the thing is, when you say responsibility, it gets the good meaning out of it, because sex should be like fun, happy, like it's something that you have to enjoy. And sometimes there could be days that you're just not really feeling like it, but at the same time you have to understand, and this is what I've learned throughout the years, and where I've been through is like, I have to find time to make sure that I'm not being burnt out or I'm not being too tired to give my man the quality that he deserves out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying that. I'm trying to get better at that, especially that I feel like my body is not really like, like 5 years before, where I feel like I've always have energy. I feel like lately, with all of the things that I've been doing in my life, my career wise and YouTube wise, I feel it takes a lot of mental toll and physical toll. So I think I'm trying to get better at it. And welcome! Please welcome. One of my favorite. One of my favorite guys. One of my favorites. So don't get jealous, guys. All of you are my favorites. So one of my favorites. Please welcome our regulars in the house. Lee, Romaine, Rage.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I
Look
just
at
came.
you. Can you stand up for us? And then
I
you just
just.
wave. Ah, look at our Lee. Look at him, guys. He's really doing good.
I just came back from a date. It was so bad. It was bad, man. It was so bad.
Okay, I wanna read that one. I had a terrible date with a Japanese lady. Dating in Japan is trash.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. But hold on, I'm gonna just read some people because Wailami is in the house. The Black Gamer, vice versa. Feminine icy, ikaw daw o. Ayan. Am I
Down.
feminine? Oh, feminine is you, eyes. Oh, thank you, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I do appreciate that 100% true. I just don't know if it's a compliment or not. He looks like he was on a date. And of course, Madame Waila mi mega mega mwah, mwah, mwah. Love shout out to you. Lee getting philosophical now. Why are you getting philosophical, huh?
No,
I
that
know,
that
right?
can I comment on that? I mean, what I mean by that is like women for men are inspiration. Women make men do things, like make men, be more productive, be more giving and more just crazy, crazy basically. They make men do stuff. But like when sometimes you meet women and you just my date today, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, come on. So
Okay,
yeah,
hold on.
that's what I meant.
Because I wanna do the thing because there's this unpopular opinion that I've been telling a lot, like with girlfriends and girls that I've been talking to when it comes to like the one thing that you're saying. Like
Mm.
a lot of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you say something like feminine, it means not trying to boss around. Am I correct?
Look, there there is a power about being feminine. Like, men have strength. We can move things physically, but women have power. You can control things, manipulate things. That's power in itself. And look, a man's okay. For example, your man is very angry. He's anxious about something, and you can come to your husband and say, "Look, just calm down. Why don't we do this instead?" You've controlled him. You've kind of took his energy and put it somewhere else. That's power, and that's what men want. We want that feminine energy to try and to tamper the male energy, that male kind of aggressiveness, and that's why women and men are perfect together, because we're yin and yang. You know what I mean? We have opposites power, and so that's what I mean by feminine energy is to tamper the man's aggressiveness is masculinity.
The
Yeah,
thing
and
is,
sorry, again, philosophical again.
no,
Sorry
no,
about
the thing is like there's this, like I've been talking about this for a lot, actually, a lot. And I think
that.
admin would tell that I've been not promoting this, but I've been like, it's almost like a mass, when a priest doing their sermons. I've been doing this a lot. I
Yeah.
would I would say something like I've seen a lot in Japan, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like a lot in Japan, husbands are becoming so submissive. Like
Yes.
hi,
Yeah.
hi. And then girls or women, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm just this is just an observation.
Mm.
It's like they're trying we called it in the Philippines, and fellow Filipinas, I know you're gonna relate to this, under disaya, you know guys that are basically under their wife kind of thing.
Under the thumb in English, we say under the thumb.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like basically, oh, you sit there,
Mm.
go pick it up, do that, do that, do that, do that. Like a lot of girls like this because it's ideal for some. Like it's so ideal to them because it feels like it's showing other girls that look at my husband, he's such a puppy to me, something like that.
Mm.
Like I can wrap them around my fingers. I'll tell them to do something, I tell jump, they'll jump. It's ideal, fairy tale kind of thing. But this is my opinion about it.
No, I think you're right. I see. To be honest, it's not natural. I think eventually that woman will not respect that man, and you can see they don't respect. They will respect a man that takes charge. They respect a man that takes the lead and says, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna look after this. Oh, I've got a problem. Let me sort it out. I'll do it." But then if the woman's doing that, she's not gonna be like, I need to pay the bill. Oh, I got no money. Oh, fine, I'll do it. Like she'll never respect him. But that's the natural dynamic. So I understand you, but this is the trend that's happening now. Like masculinity is being suppressed. I feel is being suppressed for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay. Let's do the
It's yeah.
devil's advocate because you're here. But I want to know why Wilemy has this this kind of face. I don't know. What is it, Wilemy? Because isn't he handsome, guys? Guys, I mean guys, not guys, gals,
Well,
gals.
it didn't
Marcus
work tonight.
Marquez.
It didn't work tonight. Like this date, man. Oh my God! Like Jesus Christ. But thank you very much.
So it's woke culture. Don't get me started about that, Servo.
Oh
We have to
gosh.
have a huge 2 hour conversation just about woke. But, you know, but
Mm,
that's a thing. And this is one of the things that I've been saying. A lot of girls, in my opinion, in my observation, it's like I get it. We
mm.
are very powerful human being. Like we have a P power, if you know what I'm saying.
The
You
pussy
know?
power. Sorry,
Yes,
sorry, YouTube.
yes.
I'm sorry.
So we have that. And the thing is, it's like if a if a man loves you, like really loves you, they're already under the palm of your hands. You can say
Mm,
anything, you can do anything. But at the same time, you have to understand that a man needs their masculinity, you
it,
know
it's
They
almost
need to
ego.
feel that. Yeah, they need to feel that. And it's just part of it. That's why they have more testosterone than us. But at the
Mm,
same time, this is my devil's advocate. It's like if you're a really masculine person, and I've heard this many times, if you come out to be paired with a very, very, like masculine woman, like wants to
mm,
boss you around, she wants you to do this and that, then why don't you fight kind of thing? Like, why would you let any woman drag you into that kind of life? And the thing is, I always defended guys like this because I feel like these are the type of guys that are really nice guys. These are the type of guys that are rather than, like, because when you get to be married for a long time. And you can ask guys that are married for a long, long, long time. There's one thing they would tell you: don't fight with your wife.
ah,
Just let them know they're
happy wife,
right.
happy
But at
life.
the same time, there's factors in this, There's the thing where don't fight with your wife because, like those are the women those are the types of women that they don't usually fight irrational, you know they're basically communicating with you. But some women, like some women are just really toxic,
Mm,
that they're, like they're trying to boss around their man in a different kind of way. And the
mm,
thing is, I feel like, it could be either or. But at the same time, for me personally, I just really feel like you can always not manipulate, but you can always have power over your man. But don't let it become so powerful enough that you're taking out your husband's balls, basically, in the Tagalog term, like don't.
mm.
Because at the end of the day, the person that would, like that would have a hard time being happy is the wife, because women naturally we want a man. We want someone who can we lean on, one who can actually do their shit together, one who
Mm.
can protect, serve, blah blah blah, and all of those things. But
Yes.
if a woman doesn't respect their man, doesn't let them to be a man, boss them around in a rude way, not in a nice way, then yeah, if they're unhappy, I usually don't give a shit because that's their own fault. Just saying.
No, no, no. It's true. It's. there's a saying, right? Like, m- women are naturally chaotic, and that's fine. Women, kind of make things happen in a random way, and men are very logical. We like things structured in a way, and we kind of complement each other. Like, so it's a good thing. Like, women are there to help men kind of explore new avenues, like see something in a different point of view, inspire them. Whereas men help women like be grounded, like to be set in one place and say, okay, this is the structure. I'm going to protect you in this place. You need to look at the world in this certain way because this is the reality. So we complement each other in that way, and I think that kind of knowledge has been lost. I think that kind of knowledge of how we benefit each other in terms of relationship is not being taught. We're kind of teaching women that we don't need men. You can be a man, and you can be the man that you want to be with instead of going for the man that you want to be with. And then when they become successful, and they become like have a lot of money and stuff, and they're looking around for a man, they're alone because no man wants to be with another man. You know what I mean? So it's very tough, and that's why I met a girl, Japanese woman, very kind of established. She's working for herself, she's living by herself, and all this stuff. But she didn't know how to relate to a man. She just didn't know. She was just very masculine, like just so like just asking her questions was so hard. Like, I don't want to answer that. Like, just
But hold on.
Jesus.
This is your first date, right?
It was, it was first
No?
date, but Jesus Christ, it was so bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
But yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
it was a
is
good
like, no, but the thing is like, because 100% true is super marites. Ayan. He wants to know all the details. Chances are about
thing.
his date. Ayan. But
Hmm.
also, while Lemmy said women should be submissive. Still, no arguments.
I want to talk about this submissive word. I think a lot of women get kind of annoyed by that. Like, why submissive? That means I have to be weak. No, no, no. I would
Yes.
say a better word is cooperative. Like, work with your man. And like I said, to being feminine, it's like using that subtle power to say,
Yeah.
look, you're angry now. Why don't you just do this instead? Or just calm down, babe. Like, it's fine. And like
No, the
a
thing is,
guy will
I could say this, like to say this, from a point of view of a woman, probably it would be more relatable. It's like for example, me and my husband, like because my husband is really manly, and that's how I want my man, like super, like macho and stuff like that. Like he get his shit together, mentally strong, all of that shit. But at the
yeah.
same time, because well, of course you have to start from, like for example, with your first date, you're kind of like butting heads, but that's a first date. You got to know
Ooh,
the person first. Maybe he is like more, because you don't know what's her background. You said she's established, right? She's established. That means she's probably around a lot of super alpha male all the time. And she has
but
to compete with that all the time. So for
mm,
her to get out of the comfort zone and date you, she's probably still in that zone. And you have to kind of like warm it up. And it's pretty popular that for us women, you guys, when it comes to sex, will show you tits or whatever, boom. But for us girls, you need to kind of like warm us up, make us feel comfortable, and then we'll open up. And that's how it is. So if you're just gonna kind of like expect, and this is another word, expectations. If you're gonna expect, I want someone feminine, but at the same time, you said yourself, she's very established, know her self worth, blah, 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 and shit. You have to understand her background is probably that. Now, you want her to be feminine rather than telling something, I want you to be feminine or something like that. How about show her? Like, oh, get like that. You have to know a little bit more about the person. So,
Uh,
but maybe there's no chemistry. That's another
uh,
thing.
yeah, I think. Look. Okay, okay, I'm gonna get a bit controversial here. Like she's the same age as me, so 40 years old. So I'm sorry,
That's your
like
thing.
I'm
You
sorry, but
said very double standards.
look, but that's biology. That's look, we
I
can't
know,
argue
I
with that.
know.
That's biology. Like she's, as they
But you
say.
chose her. It's not her problem.
I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see if she was a good girl. Look, I don't mind
Mhm.
trying and seeing if, okay, yes, she can't have kids, but is she a good woman? Would she be a good woman to be around? And like, would she bring me peace? Because that's what men want, just to bring me peace. But talking to her, and I just thought, no, there's no peace here. It just felt like a fight. I was just fighting just to have a little bit of fun, like just talking to her, like, so tell me about yourself. There's nothing to tell. Jesus Christ, I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? So, and I was trying for a long time, and like I'm like thinking in the future, because that's what men do. We kind of look into the future, like, what is my future with this woman gonna be?
No, but the thing is, it's so unfair. I just really feel like it's so unfair
Mm.
sometimes. I get it. We have first impressions, right? And
Uh,
sometimes, most of the time, you put your best self out there, right? For the first
yeah, look at my
date.
shirt, man. I put my best
I
shit out,
know. But
man.
at the same time, you have to understand that just saying that background of established and she's the same age as you, she's probably so over and done with a lot of,
Yeah, you could, but that's
so
the
you
thing.
have to understand.
I mean, look, yes, I get it. Like, I know, like, she's probably met so many men and they probably let her down and all sorts of shit. And then she's meeting me and she's probably like, oh, he's just wants whatever. But for a guy, from my perspective, like, I'm coming to you and I know all this. And I'm trying to say, hey, I'm giving you a chance. Show me what you got. She doesn't want to do it. She's so fed up. She's so kind of jaded. Like, then there's no, like, she's wasted the
No,
chance.
but the thing is, okay, let's put it this way. So if he this is the thing with me, and this is kind of like my mindset with things, right?
Mm,
If I met a person, and I've dated people, okay? Back in the day, I dated people. But if I didn't feel that chemistry, and if I didn't feel that kind of like, for example, let's do the vice versa, right? I put all my best self, and then the person is just like, whatever, you know. For
mm.
me, it's a challenge. It's like, oh yeah, then I'll get you your better self. I'll find that better version of you. You know, I'm gonna try. Just like with you, just like with you. Like at first, I was like, this Lee has weird stuff going on. He said blah 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 blah. Like if I get into my own personal kind of like issues of what I don't like in a person, I probably wouldn't talk to you. But at the same time, I feel like there's something more. There's something more you can offer. So I get to talk to you. I get you to open up with me. I get you to be comfortable with me. And then, like in our live stream, people like you in my live stream, you know? So for that matter, I feel like I did a good job with you, stuff like that. But I think you just have to understand that a lot of people come from different backgrounds. And if you really want to achieve something that you're looking for, and I have this question, I also wanted to come up with this question as well. So 100% True was asking, were you looking for a future with a 40-year-old woman? And
That,
we've talked about this. Before you answer the question, this is my question. We've known you for like almost a year and a half, I would say,
mm,
and you've always wanted to have a family, like a kid,
mhm,
right? But
mhm.
knowing now what you don't know before, like I know we've talked about like you're getting in that age where it's kind of hard to date, and dating younger than you would be difficult, especially you're in Japan. You know, there's a lot of factors taking in place.
Yeah,
Are
culture.
you right now at this point is okay not having kids as long as you're gonna have a good woman in your side?
You know what? To be
Do you
honest,
even think about that?
I mean, I think that's what this date was about. Like, I kind of thought, okay, yes, she's 40, and I was thinking about, that guy. What's he's called? He's on your channel. I forgot his name.
Last week?
Huh? What's
Last
his?
week? Is it my guest?
No. He's been on before. He's got a Japanese girlfriend or something. I forgot his
Oh,
name.
Johnny,
Not Johnny.
the Korean American.
No. I forgot his name. He's Filipino, but
Oh,
he's
Lito.
yeah.
Lito.
Yeah, I forgot his, Lito of Japan, Little Japan or
Yes,
something.
yes, yes, yes.
And I know his girlfriend is same age as him.
Wife.
Wife, sorry. And I know they
Mm,
don't have, but I know other couples that have
yeah.
are like that too. And I was thinking maybe, like, I should consider it. But meeting this woman today, it just made me kind of realize that I do really want a family and stuff like that. I mean, but if she showed me that she's brings me peace, would she bring me kind of some value into my life, then I would have considered, like, maybe I don't need kids, but she didn't. It
So
would
did you
just.
ever, and this is just, this is coming from a good place, just wanted to tell you that before I ask this question, just to be
Mhm,
clear about that. So,
mhm.
have you ever felt that you're always questioning what are they gonna giving you rather than what you can bring them? Basically being a leader. Because sometimes in a relationship, and this is just my personal experience, okay? In a
Mhm.
relationship, it's almost like, like a tire, a wheel. Some days your wife would love you so much and you wouldn't love them. Some days it would be the other way. And
Mm.
sometimes there's one in a relationship, there's always one that needs to lead the other person. Because
Okay.
there are days one of you will stray and one of you will grow out, not in the same pace. So for me, always having a mindset of like, what are you going to give me? Is something that
Um,
I feel like one of the factors that a lot of relationship gets broken is because you're always asking about what are you going to give me rather than what am I bringing in the table.
yeah. I see what you're saying. I was gonna say, like, I kind of measure future relationships with my past. I think the best relationship I had, I didn't say this in the last stream we had, but was the Filipino lady. I think she really showed me what a real relationship was about. And, like, she sacrificed a lot for me. And in turn, I sacrificed a lot for her. Um, and I think it's two ways. Like, if you show that you're willing to give something that you really needed, and which she did, she would give her money and her time to help me. And then when she asked me for help, I would do the same. I would give her money and help. Um, and I think that's what we both bring to the table. We're willing to help each other and bring each other to the table.
Yeah.
But with the this date I had today, it just felt very. She didn't want to take a chance, kind of thing. She didn't want to kind of open up because
So
I
you
think,
felt that.
yeah, I think she felt kind of guarded, and she felt kind of scared of opening up to me because, I don't know, something in her past or something like that. Whatever. I know she's dated black guys before. She said she dated like Jamaican guys and stuff. And I know Jamaican. I know. As a black guy, we've got a reputation of going through women and playing them and just having sex with them and stuff. and I'm sure that's what's happened to her. And then she's meeting me, and she probably like, I don't really know about this guy. So I just felt this kind of energy from her, like very guarded, very kind of protective, and asking questions. You could see she was just defensive, like I'm not going to answer that, kind of thing. And
But that's a Japanese thing too.
I think it's part of the culture, but even still, I think it's more she's been through stuff, and that's my issue. Is like when I dating women that age who've been through those experiences, it's difficult to have a
There's
relationship with them.
baggages.
Yeah, because they've had it's trauma basically. They've been through trauma. And how do you have to first deal with that trauma before you can have a relationship with them? Because when a relationship, you have to open up, you have to really kind of expose yourself. If you're not willing to do that, then there's no
Yeah,
chance.
and the thing is, it's a very scary because talking from an experience, being vulnerable with someone is, especially if you see yourself as a very strong, independent person, and being vulnerable with another human being is
Mm,
very, very scary. Like, especially for me. So, but at the same time, if you found that person
mm,
that willing to take care and appreciate and like knowing how to take care of that part of you opening up,
mm.
that's very, very powerful, and I think that's what I have right now. And I think a lot of people, I want to push that, like, try to be vulnerable, try to open up with someone, try to
Mm.
do these things, try to get out of your comfort zone. But at the same time, it's very hard, and I get it. It's very hard. It might be just lucky for me. It might be a luck that I've found my another half. But at the same time, it's, if you don't, how do you say that in English? If you don't reap, you don't sow, or something like that.
You
There's a
reap
saying,
what
right?
you sow. You reap what you sow.
Oh, maybe it's a different context, but 100% she's saying it sounds like things aren't working out for you in Japan, brother. If I were you, I'd head off South America or Africa. You don't have time. So the thing with me is, like, I really, really wish you that you could actually find someone, because I feel like it's very easy to kind of like make you happy. But at the same time, I feel it's more of the expectations and the influences that you've had for your whole life that might be a hindrance of you finding that certain person for you, because you had this image of, like, we know your perfect relationship, you said, is from a single mother, right? And one
Well,
of your
it wasn't
beliefs,
perfect. I won't say it was perfect. It was.
well, there's nothing perfect, but perfect for you at the time being, so
Mm,
far in all of your relationships, right? So I want to be very, very careful of what I'm going to say. So what I'm saying is, because you have this belief, and you've said this before, you don't want to father other
nope,
kids or other man's kids.
nope.
And for me, that's a factor that I feel like, it's not my place to tell you this, but
No,
I'm
no, no.
just
Say
saying
your opinion.
it
I see.
could
Say it.
be, it could be a hindrance for you to find out the perfect partner for you.
I,
Because sometimes I feel like, there's a lot of guys out there. They have this belief coming from the traditional values and what mainstreams are saying and your influences throughout the year, that you forget the main factor of a relationship is between the two people. So it doesn't really matter for me. And I think for me, this is just my opinion, kids are being like, somebody told me about, like, what makes a kid stronger is the town that he kind of like grew up in. Back in the day, we have community. right? We have community, we have elders, that's the person that would take care of the kids around the certain area, right? So for me, you society keeps telling that single parent household kids that grew up in this, in this environment are not having a good life. For me as a man, if you can influence a kid, even if it's not your own, and you can create or nurture a kid, and it's not your blood, to be a better person or a good person and treat you like their own father, that for me is a real man. Because you're trying to that's very, very holy. And I get it. Naturally, biologically, you want your own kid, you want your own thing. But if it's not available to you and you really want something, why not try the other way around?
I,
Because you don't know, that might make you happy.
I've
And
been
this
there.
woman might make you happy,
I've been
you
there, done
know?
that many times. I've been with not just my ex with the Filipino lady. I've been with other single mothers. I want to start first with my personal experience and then the broader experience of like statistics and stuff. But my personal experience
Don't go
was
to statistics because I don't believe in statistics. It
my personal
makes
experience.
me
I
really, really, really angry.
sorry. My like I have dated several single mothers, and every time it's just you cannot. The priority is not the man, not the partner. It's the child, and then the child's father. You're like fourth, fifth place in the woman's priority. Yes, she will say, "Oh, you're my partner and stuff," but if something happens to the child, that's the priority. If something happens, if the father comes in and says, "I want to do this," you can't tell my child what to do. He's in charge. The guy who comes in is last. He can't compete with that. And I've been there. I've seen it. I've tried to do it. Like I've been in relationship with a Japanese woman with a single uh with a child, and she was trying to tell me like you need to tell the child what to do and stuff. And I was like, no, I can't because she's got a father. Like even just for me, like she has a father.
Okay,
That's
let me pause you
disrespect.
right there. So you're telling me the woman that you dated wants you to be telling the kid what to do, to
Well,
be like,
to act as like a father figure, but I'm like, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple
and
as
you're
that.
just
First,
a
it's not my child.
boyfriend. You don't do live in nothing.
Sorry,
You're
sorry, say
not
again.
in a live in situation. You don't live together.
No, no, no. It was
Nothing like
weird.
that.
I think she was trying to force it too much. I mean, that's a specific situation, but I'm just trying to
Okay,
say,
then that I have a problem with. I think that's one of the factors that I really kind of like. It could be an unpopular opinion, but for me,
but that's
if a
common.
kid,
It happens a
I
lot.
know
I think.
it's common, and that's what my pet peeve is. It's like I've
Mm,
seen that so many, many, many times, especially single mothers out there are rising, right?
mm,
Like after dating with different people, for me, they're ruining the kids' moral values when
yeah.
they started to like call them father, every fucking dating partner they have, father, 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 father. That's not good. And for me, I'm sorry if you've been in that situation, but there's a lot of mothers out there that doesn't think like that, you know?
Fair enough, but even from that situation, I still think I rather have my own family. I rather have my own
No,
blood.
I'm just saying if that's not on the table, and in the table
Mm.
is a single mother that is willing to give you what you want for a woman, but there's a baggage. And I think, what is hindering you or other a lot of guys out there is that thought of like specific ideal that this should be a woman. But at the same time, if you get out of that comfort zone and try to do things that works out for other people, then you might have a happy family as well. But the thing is, a lot of people, men and women, are so fixed on their idea that they forget what's the important thing to be happy.
I'm
I
sorry. I have
say.
to I have to disagree because I think it's a man gets a bad deal. It's a bad deal for a guy, for a single man with no kids. It's a bad deal.
But
Even in
why?
the league, even legally, like if I meet a woman with a single child, with a child, and I bond with that child, and then we have a disagreement with the woman, and she says, I don't want to date you anymore. I've got double jeopardy. I've lost the woman I love, and then I've lost the child that I've bonded with, and she doesn't give a damn.
But that's
And
an
I
if.
have no authority. I have no authority legally over that child. None.
No, but that's
But
an if.
eh?
That's an if. It
It's
depends on
true.
the
It's
person.
true.
No, but the thing is, I cannot tell you this, but if I am in that situation, if I'm in
Mm,
that situation, like I've seen this many times and I had problems with that. Like if I have a kid and then I'll be on a date, with someone and then get into a new relationship knowing that I have a kid, that he's not the father, I wouldn't push it on him to be like, you're the father now. No, because I know the father. I know the real father of this kid. Now it depends on the kid, and then it depends on the person that I'm having a life with. It depends on them because now I'm out of the equation. Now I'm opening up the kid to another man, nurturing. Now I'm giving that responsibility to the man, and that is between him and the kid now. I'm not in there anymore. I'm still the mother. But once I feel like this is just my perspective, once you open up a kid with someone, there's consequences. And the
mm,
thing that I feel like a lot of women are taking this a hostage, like, oh, because of the kid, or because of the kid, or even like a real father, you're not gonna see your kid because I said so. They're not talking about the well-being of the child anymore. So if you come here and become a stepfather and you build a situation like that, for me as a mother, and my kid loves you and you've got this thing going on bonding, I'm not gonna be a hindrance on that. I mean, you're going to have a say because it depends on how much you spend with my kid, how much you become a father to my kid, because that kid will turn out to be an adult and he will
mm.
choose who is his real father or not. Because coming
Ah,
from from, no, I'm just saying, I mean, you don't
mm,
have to agree with this. I'm just trying to open up your, perspective that these things are happening too. It's not just the negative part. There are other parts and there are other women that are not the same woman that you've dated. There are out there.
I know. I look. I know. I get it. Like not all single mothers are gonna have the same um outcome that I've had, but I still think it's a bad deal for a guy. You're still dealing with another
Bad
father,
deal for
someone
you.
that's already there.
No, but the
It's
thing
still not
is,
your
you
child.
have no, you have to like make it clear. This is a bad deal for you because not a lot of men would tell
Ah,
you. And this is one of the things that I feel like just because it's a bad deal for you, you will promote it as if this is a bad deal for everyone. Not
um,
everyone would think the same way like
yeah,
you
yeah. I
think.
mean, yeah. There's people in my personal life that are happy with this dynamic with single mom and stuff and the son. So yeah, I've seen actually in my family right now there is a situation where that's happening, but there's always a threat of it. Like recently, I hope he doesn't watch this video, but recently, like
But we're not
they were
telling names.
no names, but they were gonna break
Yeah.
up. He had no control. Like even if he loved the child, the mother was like, "Well, I want to break up." So he had no control over it. He had no kind of say to say, "This is my son." He's not his son. If
But
in reality,
what's the difference when marriage couples break up? It's always the losing party is always the man.
the man has mob say and to say this is my son, this is my blood. But when it's a single mother, it's nothing to do with him. It's nothing. He has no say in it. Even if they're married, like there's no say in it. She
I
can
think
control them,
there's
say
more.
in control, and even she can say like I want money from him, but he has nothing to do with the son. He can still
But
like.
that's a shitty woman. That's a shitty woman.
But that's what men think. Yes, it won't happen all the time, but that's the risk men think about and think, shit, I don't want to be in that situation.
No,
And
but the thing is that what makes you, if you're choosing the right woman for you, and that's the risk. That's the
I,
risk of you taking. This is the thing. We always like to blame the things that are happening around us, right? We like to blame things that are, not going according to what we expect, right? But at the same time, if you pick a woman who has a shitty attitude, who cannot be cooperative, what do you
mm,
think when you broke up? Do you really think that for whatever reason it'll be like all miracles and be like, okay, she'll be cooperative when the first time you got married, you already see that flag. So that is not, that is not the problem of what society and what laws are in taking place. It's the problem of you picking this woman. You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, I mean, it does happen. Like people do date single moms, people do want to do that, but I think it's because men individually feel like they don't have any options, and I've done that myself. But I've learned that it's not a good option. Like it's not. You shouldn't. You're. This sounds horrible, but you should value yourself a bit more. Like if you want to have a family of your own, you have to wait. You have to kind of try and find that. And a
Yeah,
single
there's
mother,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and I'm sorry, but a single mum has a need. She wants someone there to help her. I'm sorry, but and if you decide to be that guy, yeah, like I said, like I've decided to be that guy. You actually said that, like you're deciding to be there. You're deciding to be with that person, if she's a good woman or not. So I learned myself, like I've got to be conscious about who I'm choosing and what I really want. And like I had to learn that through experience. Like I want my own family. I don't want to deal with the dramas of baby fathers and shit like that.
Yeah, and that's good for you, but I just have problems with a lot, not you, but just in general, when you kind of like say something about a certain specific of people that in your opinion, in your personal experience, this happens, and then you're gonna tell them you don't have to, you're not, they're bad, it's really like, for me it's a bad rap because it's like not everyone is like that. Maybe for you it's a bad deal for you, but don't
Look,
promote it to a lot of people. That some people I've known a lot, because remember I come also from Philippines, who also has a lot of single mothers, and there's a lot of people out there, couples, relationships, even in Japan, Filipina that come to Japan that has, you know kids in the Philippines. They're
yeah.
pretty good, they're pretty happy. So to say that specific words and
Mm.
promote it as a bad thing, and trying to tell to a lot of people it's not a good deal, that's kind of like misleading for me.
Well, I think it's contextual. I think maybe in the Philippines, single
Not just in Philippines.
stepfathers is more acceptable, but in my culture, I feel it used to be acceptable. It used to be an honorable thing where a stepfather. My dad is a stepfather, and when he stepped in, I think it was very honorable. But this generation now, I don't think it's really respected. I
No,
don't think
and
it.
no, and that's the thing that I feel like is the influence of the society. When back in the day is okay, and just because now it's being frowned upon, you follow that trend. It's like,
Because
nah.
it's not what I told you before. It's not what I've been there before, like 3 times. I've been there
Yeah,
before
but
3 times. It's
you.
not
But
worth it.
that's you.
Not
And
worth
the
it.
thing is, it's okay. You can do that. You can find that. There's nothing wrong with that. You do
But can I
that.
go
You
into the
follow that.
statistics?
No, you follow that.
Okay, I will.
If
I
you're
want. I
gonna
want.
give
I
me
want.
statistics, you have to let me know where did you get the reference. Let me know what the
Oh,
factors of that statistics are. You have to be very, very like, did you study statistics? Can you explain that to me?
can't you
And I
just
said,
trust me?
no, I won't. It's statistics. It's
Well,
science.
okay.
You have to
I'll,
give
I'll
me
I'll
more
just go from
information.
I'll just go from my experience then. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
from my experience, like it never worked. Like in the beginning, yes, but it just felt like this is not my family. I'm just intruding. I felt like a stranger. It was when there was one time when I was like having sex, and then the boy came in the room like, mommy, what's going on? I just felt so bad. I just said, what's going on? It's like crap. But it was so weird. Like if I was the father, it would be nothing. But because I was just an outsider invading into this
But the
space,
thing
it
is,
felt
don't you
wrong.
think that would happen in real life if you have a real kid? Like, bless us for the many years we've been together. We've never had that. Never. Because our kids
Well,
are
I mean,
very
it happens. It's happened. I don't want to talk about my past, but I've seen my. No, I'm not telling. That's horrible. That's a horrible memory. But like just
I know.
you get what I'm saying. But I mean, then as a kid, seeing another, not your father, another man with your mom. I'm sorry, that's.
Well, that's your that's the problem of the like that is why, like, like, for example, just I'm not even gonna go there because I don't want to, but just saying, knock on wood. Just for example, if I'm gonna be dating, right? Like, for whatever reason, the thing is, I'm not gonna bring home the guy in my house if we're just dating.
What?
Never. No.
What
It's like,
kind of relationship
no.
is that
There's
then? What?
hotels. There's
It's
hotels. Now, if you want to be with me and part of
hotels.
the family, then that's the time I'm gonna bring you to my house and meet my family and whatever. But nah, 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 not gonna happen. Because the thing is with me, I really value being kind of like a mother, and I want the respect of my kids for me. So if I feel like if there's a risk of them seeing me as a woman, bad
That's why it
woman.
shouldn't happen. That's why it should not happen. It, there's so many factors to it. When a child is involved, the mother should stay single or try to get back with the father. I felt bad every
No,
time I
no,
was
no, no,
with
no.
a single mother. I felt
And
bad.
that is definitely, I will disagree. But before that, let me go to Amy Villadas. Ayan, happy, happy, happy 4 months for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Amy. Ayan, thank you for coming. I didn't miss you. I've seen you. I'm just letting Lee say his piece, and of course,
What?
100% saying, I see, raising and adopting another person's child is also holy. So why don't you adopt a child? Actually, I've been wanting to adopt a child. It's kind of like one of the goals. I even have like a plan of adopting my nieces, my nephews, because like, I really want, like, now that my kids are getting older, I really want a baby, again.
Oh
But
God.
at the same time, knowing the risk,
Sorry, I'm just going off.
knowing the time and effort financially and everything else that has to do with those little things, guys, it's really hard. Like, you have to understand, raising a kid, even just adopting, it's the same thing. You are going to bring a life into this world, and
Can I
everything you
say?
have to nurture them. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
um, I just want to say from a man's perspective, from my perspective, okay, specifically, I think I would rather have my own blood, flesh and blood. Look, it's very noble looking after another person's child, another man's child. But for a man, it's a proud thing to have your own child, your own daughter, your own son. That is one
I've
of the big
heard that.
moments. And I yes, it's noble to adopt, but that's one of the goals I want. I want my own child. That's my blood, my DNA. That's gonna take my legacy into the future. That learn the lessons that I've learned. But when it's someone else's, it's not the same. It's just not the same. Yes, noble,
I would
but
differ.
and you've had kids, I see. You've already done that role. You've already fulfilled it. And I totally I know people in my family that have done that. They've had their kids and they've adopted as well, and to put their values onto those kids that parents. And I think that's great. That's lovely. But if you haven't had your own first, I think you're losing something. And without that knowledge of raising
That's
your
a
own kids,
mindset.
yeah,
And I
you've got
think
to
that's the
first.
mindset.
But you've got to learn that first from your own, having your own kids, having your own blood. You can't just. I feel there's something weird about just raising someone else's kid. It doesn't feel right. It's not natural.
Oh,
In my
no,
opinion.
I have to tell you this. Raising a kid
But
for me, it doesn't really matter if it's your own or not. Because the value you're putting into these kids, just remember, like there's a lot of kids out there that's not even raised by their own parents. They were raised by their grandparents. They were raised by their uncles, their aunts. I know it's blood and stuff like that, but there's a lot of adopted kids out there that has the same values of people that actually raised them. So if you're talking about legacy and stuff like that, that's legacy right there. Because you are the one who raised these kids. And that would remain in these kids. Your legacy is in these kids. So I kind of like disagree on that point. And another thing is 100% true is saying here, Ayan, I'm sorry, but I don't feel for Lee. I gave him advice about going to South Africa or Africa and he's still crying. I have no sympathy for him. There you go. Speaking of harsh truth.
South Africa is dangerous, man. I'm not going there. Like people get murdered and shit in the
You should
street,
no,
man.
you
I'm
should
not
go
going
with
there.
100. No, you should go with 100% true then, because he's from South Africa. Like have a travel guide or a tour guide first, right? I am.
No, look, well, to answer 100%, I look, yeah, I think that's an option, but it's very easy to say just leave. Like I've made roots in Japan. Like I've got a job here. Like I've got a community here. Just to leave is a lot of factors I have to take into consideration, and then I'm starting again. Like it's a big thing to just move. I've got another friend who I always argue with him, like, because he's complaining that he's not happy in Osaka. He lives in Osaka, and I said just move to Tokyo, and but it's like no, I don't want to, because it's a
No, and
lot of
that's the thing.
factors.
You guys, people, human being likes to complicate life. It's not complicated. It's already complicated as it is, but you're trying to complicate it because of this belief that doesn't add up to what you really want.
What
Get
beliefs?
it?
What
Like
beliefs?
for example, let's just say this. For example, you like this woman a lot. You get along very, very well. It's been years of dating and you never had problems. But there's one thing that you couldn't shake, her belief on things that you don't believe in, right?
Okay.
Or let's say, not just belief, because sometimes values really, really kind of like it's a bitch sometimes if you have different values. Let's just say the single mother thing. She's a single mother, and that's the only thing that you cannot accept. And that's what is the only thing that is hindering you or being a hindrance for you to actually reach the happiness that you really want that the woman can provide for you. Now, this is what I'm telling about mindset. If you change your mindset on certain things because it's not applicable on what you want for your life and what you have, and you're already getting a grasp of it, then why let it go? Just let it go.
Like my specific situation, uh, she, I can't really say she did something like because I was ready to commit. Like I knew she was a single mom. I knew she had a baby father. I dealt with that, and there was other factors that were just I couldn't accept. And then she told me something about her past, which I can't really say online. That just I had to let her go. Like it was very very bad. Like honestly, I was willing to accept she was a single mom. I was willing to accept there's a baby father there. I was willing. Even her family was pissing me off because they were taking money. She was trying to help them, live because they had no money and stuff, and she was sending them money. And then I felt that's because in the future, if I, with her, I'm gonna have to, pay for her family as well. So I was like, I don't know about that. But then she told me something about her past, which I can't say really online. It was really, honestly, it was pretty bad.
And you cannot
And
accept it.
I couldn't. That's one of the reasons. Honestly, I really love this girl. I really loved it. She really helped me change my life around. Like she really helped me um get out of the rut I was in and help me become the guy I am today. So, but when she told me this thing and I just couldn't shake it, it was just so egregious. I wish I could tell you I can't, but
No, but you
I
don't have to. And that's the thing. It's like there are things that we cannot accept, and
yeah.
that's it. And with all the things that you're choosing, that's a choice. You chose to leave her because you couldn't accept it, right? And that's
Yeah.
the thing. The consequence is that you're still alone right now and you're still looking for that. And those are the things that I'm saying is like, there in a marriage there's always going to be compromises. That's very permanent. That's very permanent because there's two minds that you cannot, even as much as how many and long years you've been with, you're always going to think different, especially if you come from different culture. The root of the culture is going to be there, and that's where you kind of like have to understand whether you want to be true, you want to choose the happiness and get rid of what you cannot accept, or because you cannot accept it, then you move on. But then there's also a risk of you not finding the same thing you had with her. So, what I'm saying is, in certain situations, mindset is very important because sometimes, no matter how much expectations and how much work you put on yourself, life is just mysterious. It's not always going to give you what you really want, but what you can have.
Well, yeah, yeah, true. But I I'm willing to accept that. I think it's fine for me because I know I made the right choice. I think it's something that you can't come
Oh
back.
my, you're talking
Honestly,
about it.
um,
No,
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
my ex. I think it was something that honestly it was really bad. It's something I could not let go. It's something that I could never kind of really accept. I,
No, but I just, think like from now and in the future of you dating and finding the perfect one for you, I just really think you have to take into consideration the values that is hindering, that you have to actually pinpoint the things that you believe in that might. And I just think, just in observation, I just really feel like these are the things that a lot of humans kind of like not paying attention, and that's the reason why they cannot be happy.
Be
Because
specific.
we are switching.
Do you mean we should date single mums? Is that what you're trying to say? We
No,
should
and
consider
that's
that
not
option.
and this is the reason sometimes I have hard time having a conversation, because when you say something like, okay, our topic is single mothers, but I'm not talking about just single mothers. I'm talking about the big picture. I'm not saying date only single mothers. No, my
Mhm.
point is, whatever you believe in, whatever your beliefs are, make sure that you understand the realistic approach of what you want versus what is your idea, because ideas can be perfect, and in reality there is no such thing as perfect. So before you say something, that's okay. At the end, always something to regret. Life's facts. I don't think I'm regretting something. True. That's about what we choose. Exactly. And that's why if you choose something, think about it really hard. And Felipe is saying something, but why is she a single mother? And I want you to answer this first. Always have to think about that too. Any thoughts?
Yeah, that's a very important question. And like if she decided to have a baby with this man and then leave him, then what's that saying about her? Like you've created a new life with someone. That is a big decision. It's not like just a light decision. Uh, and that
But you
shows someone's character, to be honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, we also forget there's a stigma about single mothers, especially in
Rightly
Japan.
so,
Philippines, not
rightly
as
so.
much. Yeah. But the thing is, this is my thing. There's always a bad rap around single mothers. And I feel like it's because, like when you talk about police academy, right? There's always going to be bad apples, and everybody is bad apples, right? But at the same time, when it comes to single mothers, there's a lot of factors why a mother would be single.
Ay, ay,
It's not
ay.
just about a man leaving him. It's also about there's a lot of domestic violences.
Ah, God.
Why do you think? Okay, let's go there. So you mean to say a woman who's being bitten, kids being beaten, not to be a
Ah,
single mother should stay. Should
no,
stay.
no, I didn't say
Exactly.
that.
So
But
there's a lot of
she
factors that a lot of people are forgetting about.
she
I'm just
chose
throwing
to
it out there.
open her legs to a man that was beating her. She chose. She chose to
No,
get
but
pregnant by a guy
no,
that was
but the
beating
thing
her. That's her
is,
choice.
but the thing is, there it's not like, for example, you dated a woman. First date, you're gonna beat her. Not always the scenario.
What?
Sometimes you got married, you got kids, you got pregnant, right? Then it's not only the woman who changes after marriage. There's a lot of guys that changes after marriage too.
Ay, ay, ay.
So, just to be clear about this stuff, it's so easy to throw stones, especially if a certain stigma is surrounding in this category. Like single mothers always have bad raps. But always remember, like there's a lot of factors why, like for example, you're a 40-year-old guy. Why you still single? So you
Because there's
mean
no
to
good
say
woman
all the
about.
women that dated with you are the problems, not you?
Yeah, I would say.
See, that's
I
the
would
thing,
say.
and that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing that I always tell about myself. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I would ask myself, why do I have no friends in Japan? I think my problem is me because I'm a bad friend. But I think it's because I always like to be alone. I have a family to talk to. I'm not really a social person. I mean, if you come to my house, I'll entertain you. But to be the vice versa, I'll go to your house and spend time. I don't have that. And that's the reason I don't have friends.
Uh, well, obviously yes, but I
So
think
I think it's
it's
just, so to just answer that, it's not always, there's always a problem with single mothers. There's a lot of factors that are not being talked about, and I guess you can always complain about women opening their legs. And I think this is one of my pet peeves too.
sorry, I didn't
Women
mean to be
has the
so brash.
power. No, but women has a problem of this too. Like they don't take care of themselves. And I think, one part, and that's why I'm happy I don't have a daughter, is because if I have a daughter, I would always tell them, always choose the person who's going to impregnate you. If you
Okay,
don't want that,
okay. Let me ask you this question, Isaac. You have a son.
yeah.
Would you want your son dating a single mom?
I
Would you want
wouldn't
your
I
son?
wouldn't No, the thing is I have this a lot of conversations about my kids having, cuz I know I'm going to be a monster in law if I see a woman doesn't fit my son. And that's just me being a mother, because I feel like I did a good job feeding them good healthy foods, cooked food. And then one day I will wake up having a daughter-in-law who doesn't feed my kid good food. It would piss the shit out. It would piss me off. But
Mm.
at the same time, this is what I've learned. And this is what my husband tell me in the point of view of a man. If your kid marry someone that you don't like, you'll just have to accept it, because it's his life. It's his life. It's his life to make mistakes. It is life to you for you to guide him. It's the same thing as with my friends. My friends will pick choices that are not good for them, and I can see it. I'm not going to condemn them and not be friends with them, but if they made a wrong choice, I'll still pick them up because
But
that's who I
that was
am.
not my question. I'm saying, would you like that? Like, if your
Yeah,
son,
it's not like would I
so
accept?
that was my question.
It's
Like,
not
would you
like,
like that? Would you like that? Would you?
no,
Would,
would
oh,
I like it?
okay, if you said, okay, son, you have two choices: a single mom or a woman with no
But
children.
that's not my choice to make. It's
But
his
if you
choice
did,
to
I'm just
make.
saying, if you did, which one would you choose?
But that's not a realistic approach, because at the end of the
I'm just saying
day,
hypothetical.
fact,
Which one would you choose? Which
no,
one
but
would
the
you
thing is,
choose?
you're asking a question that is not realistic. Realistically, that is my kid's choice, and I have nothing to say about that, because I don't want to be a parent who would tell his kids who to love, because I know love is very powerful. And if I want to keep my son to love me and respect me, I will respect in return who is he going to love.
I get that. I get that. But in hypothetically, I'm just asking for sake of argument. Who would you like your son to be with? A woman with no children, or a woman, a single mom? Who would you like your
I
child
would
to be
like
with?
my son to marry someone that would take care of him. Doesn't matter if it's a single mother, doesn't matter what kind of race, besides one.
Oh my
There's
god!
one. There's one. And I'm pretty sure they don't do that. But there's one. And I'm not going to say that out loud here. So you're just going to have to like find it in your mystery head. But and before that, let's say there's something. Icy wants you to be a stepfather and to date an old and used woman. She's giving you superficial advice, brother. This is why you should receive wise counsel from men. And this is the reason that I hate a lot of guys and people, not just guys, a lot of people who would take your one word and explode it as different concept. I didn't say that. And this is the reason I don't like having a conversation where you're gonna overblown or overused one word, or the concept is not getting, or it's getting out of place. That
I
is
think
not the
it's cool.
concept of what we're talking about here.
Don't worry, we're having a conversation. It's fine. It's fine. He's just stating his opinion. But in to answer
No,
his,
I'm just no, I'm just kind of like clearing things up. I'm not upset. It's okay. It's your opinion. I'm just saying this is a problem. Sometimes you talk about something, you say one word, and then it will be overblown. You'll put words in their mouth, and they didn't even say that. I think that's what it's called, gaslighting or something. But I'm still trying to find that word. But there's something like that. Like basically, you didn't say that, but then didn't say that. And then you're making a context out of nothing just because that's how you understand it, because I used one word. But I didn't say that.
I mean, he does have a point. Like men, like you said earlier, like well earlier, like men are becoming less masculine. Men need to be kind of taught by men, by other men, to be men. And this is
Yes.
more, this is a lot, this is very important in these days because women are complaining now, like there's no men, and but you know they're not being masculine, they're not providing and stuff because we've been raised by single mothers. Another problem. We've been raised by single mothers, so there's no father figure, there's no masculine figure, and then even in the media now, in movies, men are just shown as idiots and weak and stuff. So we
But men
need
are
this.
idiots.
They're not. Men built this
See?
world.
See? A lot of
That's
you guys would be like,
rude.
no, 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 no. But I'm just
Oh,
trolling.
oh my God!
And
This platform. Sorry, no. I said wait. This platform that you're using, YouTube, is built by a man. That building you're sitting in is built by a man. That everything
but
that in
all
this
of you
world is
guys,
built
Mark,
by a
came out
man.
from a woman.
Well, yeah, that's the only. Women all
If
say that.
woman
Mark
doesn't
will
plan,
say.
if a woman doesn't agree and choose to give birth to all of you guys,
Ah, but
you guys are not even on this earth. So don't troll me, guys,
oh
because I'm a
God.
better troll than you. But anyways, Pinoy Galaan says second hands are sometimes more easy to sell. They have their own.
Second hand.
There you go. And of course, Dwayne Pearson and Marnie Patriarca. Mega, mega love shout out to you guys. Thank you, thank you. I miss you, Marnie. How's the baby? I hope he's growing up very, very good. And Misty Diaries, I do miss you as well, Bunchinita. And let's read on the live chat before, because we're over time again. It's been three
Sorry.
hours. I didn't know that. It's okay. It's okay. But it's okay. Just guys, remember, even if our conversation are getting kind of like tension wise, and that's the good and reality of a conversation. But I just hope you understand that Lee and me, these types of conversation are back and forth. It's not just about, like he's right, I'm right. It's not about that. No one is right in here. It's just being like people having conversation and spitting out their experiences and sharing stories. So just remember those contexts. And Dwayne Pearson says something. Hi, Icy. Nice to see you. Wish I could stay. I'm cleaning up and watching today, and I got homework. Take care, girly, and chat. Thank you, Dwayne. And I hope you have a wonderful time doing your homework. Make sure you finished your homework first before anything else, and clean up your room. I like that. I am. And women are completely complicatedly. I'm buying your options about the secondhand woman.
What second? Oh, you mean a single mom, second-hand woman?
I like the video. No worries. Take care, everyone. And take care to you, Dwayne. And thank you for always coming back here. I do appreciate that so much. And Marnie, thank you for being here. So, hi, admin and Ice, and Felipe G is laughing. So, before we go to 4 hours, we should continue this conversation because I actually just talk about this to my admin. I want to talk about parenting, nurturing, and stuff like that. So I think it's better to talk about it, especially in the perspective of a parent, having their own and having no kids is very, very nice conversations to have because I don't think, you know, being a parent doesn't mean automatically you know how to be a good father or mother, you know
Uh,
you don't have to have kids to know if you're going to be a good parent, There's a lot of kids out there need parents. So if you are not good enough for not your own kid, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be good if you have your own kid. I think, that's why a lot of people, I think in the Philippines is a very, very good thing for a lot of family. If they don't have kids, they take care of their siblings' kids. It's kind of like a practice.
Yeah.
And having no kids is it me. And also, Sir Galaan, if you want to come through to that conversation, maybe we should set it up, like you and Lee, having no kids yet. We should have these kinds of conversation. I really, really welcome it in my channel. So let's set it up. So anything you want to say, and of course to the people that are late today, please, please, please let you model your outfit. I want to see that outfit again. And calling to all the single ladies out there. This is Lee Romaine Rage looking for a good wife. Ayan, you
uh,
can hit up.
no.
I'll put the
I'm done.
description links down below.
I'm done with dating. I'm done. I'm just gonna be like a eunuch. Cut off my
God's
dick.
Lord. No, you'll
um,
get your own. But
sorry.
no, I'm serious. Let them see your outfit. Tell us what your outfit is from. Come on, before we end.
This is my British shirt I bought from it's called M&S Men and Shirts or something it's called, and my pants, my jeans are from I think I bought it from Chiba in Chiba. I can't remember the store. What's it called? I forgot, but it's a brand store. Of Levi's. Sorry, Levi's. I bought it from Levi's. So yeah, that's me. So
But good job. Keep continuing your fitness because I do see a lot of, difference than before the first time I see you. So
I know I was a
don't stop.
blow.
Yeah, don't stop. Don't stop. Like sometimes if I didn't see you, I was like, I wonder if he's doing his fitness. I might have to like hit him up and let him if he's still doing it.
Well,
I really
if you
worry that you stop.
if you notice, then that means it's definitely changed. Like a lot of people actually have said, "Oh, geez, you've like in Japanese, like, oh, anata wa heta
Yes,
semayo,"
yes,
and
yes.
they said my face is like gone thin as well and stuff. So,
It
but
is.
yeah, I've just been okay. My technique. I just want to see what you think is before I used to just eat the same foods. I used to eat like chicken and vegetables, chicken. But then I got really bored and I just like eat anything and then I get fat again. So I decided I'm just gonna limit my calories. So I just thought maximum 2,200 a day. So I eat what I want, and then I count it in my head like, okay, I had a burger, 1,000 calories, onigiri, sorry, rice ball, 200, and then it would go up, and then I get reach to 2,000, and I stop, and that's what I did. And then I would do that. Sorry, fasting. And speaking Japanese, danjiki. I would
Mhm.
do fasting, and that would help me as well. I don't eat breakfast and stuff, and then gradually my weight just went down. It just went down, down, down. So it really helped. Really helped, and the exercise,
Oh, and
obviously.
that's the thing. And that's the thing. I think there's really like there's a lot of programs and like diet plans and stuff like that. But I think the number one thing about fitness is that even as a personal trainer, if you become a client of mine, there's always going to be a time where we have to explore different program, different plan, different diet because not everyone there's no one size fits all. Something
Mm,
that works for me probably wouldn't work for you. And that's the beauty of fitness. You get to enjoy the process. You get to kind of like find out what you really like, what is good for your body, what isn't good. And it's
mm,
all comes down to being consistent about it and just kind of like try every day. So if that works for you, then good. But I still going to say that limiting calories is also based on the balance. You know, you cannot, because there's a lot of people who would eat and count their calories, but they would eat like ice cream. Okay, 500 calories. Next would be like pizza. Okay, 500 calories. It's not good food. So, what I'm talking about is like, try to eat good food at the same time.
Yeah.
Try to stay away from deep fried foods. And especially you have kind of like you're not into medication anymore, right?
I'm still doing medication. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
still
so you are also in medication, so you have to put the nutrition, like if you can see a nutritionist, it would be better. Like as a personal trainer, I would say that. Like if you can have a grasp or get a hold of a nutritionist, I would do that for you. Because if you have an underlying condition, especially, like when your hormone is out of balance, you need a nutritionist for that as well.
Yeah, I told the nutritionist the last time, and they agreed with my plan. And it's like, yeah, like just like she said what you said, like try to eat healthy foods, but if you need a break, just eat something crap, but just limit
Yeah.
it in your calorie
Yeah. From time
bank.
to time, it's good. From
Yeah,
time to time, it's good. Just don't do it every day.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
try not to stress because stress hormones are one thing that would make you fat. So that's another
Yeah,
thing to
cortisol.
take care of. And
The
that's
thing
why
is, my
mentally fit mindset.
the thing is, my medication is cortisol. I have to take cortisol. I actually ingest cortisol.
Oh,
It's steroid. It's a steroid. So
mhm.
to calm
Yeah.
down inflammation, but it's that's why I have to be really careful because cortisol makes you want to eat more, and then it stores fat.
Yeah,
So
it's a stress hormone
yeah,
as
so
well. And yeah. And that's why mindset. That's why let's get mentally fit. And I'm still going to like the same as every one of you. If you give me your trust, if you open up your life to me, I'll probably gonna be like a sister or whatever you could see me as, like I would totally try to crack you up to find a better version of you, as I see it, but take it as a grain of salt or whatever. That's all about hormones mistakes. Ayan. And Pinoy Galan says, Lee, before you become old rich man, sugar daddy, that's young woman hunting, get married. Something
uh,
like
uh, well, the thing is with men, it's we mature later, which was so much later. I think a lot of men kind of when I reach 40, that's when I feel like I kind of matured. So yeah, he's got a point, but not all of us can be rich. So I don't know if I can get a bloody a sugar lady or something, but I'll try to
But
maintain.
hopefully, we get to snap out of the stress you had on your first date. It's just a
Uh,
first date. There's a lot more dates. And don't ever give up on dating. Dating
uh,
could be fun. Just,
it,
mindset Lee.
look, let me. Okay, I'm gonna give you some truth about what dating is like for men. It's stressful. Man, it's so stressful for guys. We have to be. I have to pick a place. Oh God, is she gonna pay? Do I have to pay? Oh, okay. What do I kiss her or not kiss her? Oh, what do I do? What do? It's so stress. But for women, it's just like, oh, he's taking me out. Ah, it's so
Okay, okay. So
free.
let me give you a glimpse of how it's like to be a woman for dating. Okay? Dating for women could be stressful too. You have to think of it. It's not always nice. Maybe the girls that you're hanging out with is like that, but there are other girls that I know of. It's stressful as well. I've been into dating scene as well, and it's
How?
stressful because you have to basically put yourself out there like your best version of
Oh my
yourself.
God,
For
woman
a
has
woman like me who's very talkative out there, oh, that's stressful for me because I
you
have
don't
to
have to
filter
do
this
nothing.
mouth.
You don't. A
But the
man has
thing
to pick
is,
the
it's
place.
not it's not because you have that kind of perspective doesn't mean we don't. I'm
Chat,
just telling
chat to the
you.
guys in this chat. Chat to the guys in the chat.
No,
Is
I'm
it
just
is it
telling you.
stressful?
No, I'm just telling you, this is how the world I feel like it is. It's like, oh, this is so stressful for me. Oh, this is so stressful for
Ah,
me. It's like, no, it's both stressful. It's just different value. It's just different ranking. For
mm,
you, that's why I said all feelings are valid. Because for you, it could be so stressful, but you don't know how level of stress it is for another person because our stress ranks, our stress values are different from each other.
a woman
My
gets
stress is
what?
probably not stressful for you, but it doesn't mean it's not stress.
Oh my
And
god!
that's mindset. And that's a mindset for you guys. Don't
No.
think the world revolves around you. There are millions and billions of people that probably think the same way as you do, but it doesn't mean it's not because you said
Uh,
so.
my eyes icy. Okay, fine, fine. I agree to disagree. Fine.
No, agree to disagree. Yes, of course, I am. Sometimes Lee thinks these girls on online dating are predator.
No, I don't. I just think that they're not worth my time. They're just not worth.
I'm
It's
40
honestly not worth
now,
my
and
time.
some young girls see me like sugar daddy. I said once, I'm still young, diba? And Felipe is probably agreeing with you or like doing that. But I'm just saying, you have to have a mindset of not all the time it's just going to be this particular group or this particular group. You have to think outside the box. It's not the world revolves not just around not just you but me,
Oh
we
my
all
god!
have that kind of mentality.
Oh, I just ask every guy who's been on a date. Just
No,
ask
I
him. Like,
wouldn't doubt it. No, I'm just
is he
saying I wouldn't doubt
stressful?
it. No, I
It's so
wouldn't doubt it.
stressful. It's not happy
I
for a
wouldn't
guy.
doubt it. But ask a guy who's very rich, very
Oh, what?
handsome, very handsome, very rich.
But that's
Ask if they're
rare.
stressed.
That's
No,
rare.
but
That's like the
ask, but ask,
1%, 10%.
but
That's not the
ask.
average guy. That's not the average guy. That's just a
No,
rich
but
guy who's got
now
money.
you're saying now you're changing it. Now you're changing. Earlier you said all men.
Yeah,
All
oh man,
men.
I'm talking in general. I'm talking in general. The ball curve, the ball curve, and in statistics, the ball curve of men have a stressful time with dating. The rich little tiny little bit in the end is not gonna fucking matter. What the fuck? I mean,
But
actually,
the thing is, how about the women that are in their 40s? How about the girl that you just dated
that's their own
earlier? Don't
fault.
you
They,
think
they
it's
should have
stress?
picked. They should have picked
Exactly.
earlier.
And that's what I'm
But
saying,
they're
Lee.
still gonna get sex
Your
though. They're
mindset.
gonna get sex from
No,
someone.
but the thing is, your mindset is it's all about this particular group, and not
What?
all the girls are not like that. But there are girls out
Oh my
there
god.
that are stressed as well. It's
Ah!
just different kind of stress because you guys different. In Japan, dating in Japan, as I remember, I don't
No,
know
it's
now.
general. It's
I don't
everywhere,
know
man.
now, but dating in Japan before it's 50-50. I
What?
remember that. We split bills. That's
Yeah,
how
true,
dating
true.
works in
That's true.
Japan. So why is
That's
it
true.
stressful? You'll
It's still
find
stressful.
someone like me. If you date me, I'll pick the place. I want to go to that place.
That's
Let's go to
you.
that place.
That's you.
Exactly. But that doesn't mean I'm unique. That doesn't mean there's no girl out there that's like me. I'm
Oh
pretty sure
my.
there are girl out there like me. And there's a lot of guys out there that isn't even stress about it. They're just going from date to another date to another date to another date because it is fun. You have to
Yo,
think all of the factors.
put a survey out on your channel and say, is dating stressful for a guy? Put it for guys and see what
No,
guys
I'm
say.
not gonna put it.
Put
I'm gonna
put
put
it
it.
up. Put
Do
your
you
put it
think?
that
Do
survey
you
up.
think dating is a stress for you? And tell me if you're a man or a woman, because
I
that
know
is
from a
limited.
yo.
I'm not.
I know
I'm
from
not. Look, I'm not disagreeing that guys have stress on dating. I'm not. Let's just be clear on that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But
Mm,
if you tell it that woman doesn't have stress when it comes to dating, that I have a problem with. Because you
women don't.
cannot tell people's feelings just because that's what you
What
think.
stress? What the stresses do women have? What do they have to do? Like what? They don't do stuff.
First
They
of
just
all,
turn up. They just turn
no,
up. That's all they
first of
do.
all, you are not in the woman's mind.
Yeah.
Women have a ton of shit going on in our minds.
Like what? That's
You
what I'm asking.
guys, okay, let me just put a glimpse of it. You guys can probably sit there. Sometimes a lot of girls ask you, what are you thinking? Basically, guys, not thinking anything. Nada. For us women, ask us what are we thinking at the moment. We're probably thinking three
Uh,
times, four thoughts in one sitting. It's all branching out, and you think that's not stress by itself. So I'm just telling you, Lee. I'm just telling you, Lee. Your stress meaning is basically like very, very fixed. That for
no,
me,
it's
stress
not.
level
Ask
for
the men.
everyone is different.
Ask the men.
I'm
Do a
not
survey.
disagreeing.
Ask the
I'm not
men.
disagreeing. But can you listen? Can you hear me? I'm
I
not
can hear you. I can hear you.
disagreeing. It's stressful for you guys. I'm not disagreeing with that. I knew how it is. I knew how hard it is, especially in this generation. I'm just saying to dismiss women of not having stress for dating is very, very unfair.
I'm just saying compared. Yes, I'm not saying there's no stress. I'm not saying there's not any kind of apprehension, but compared to men who have the responsibility of making the date fun, talking to them, making jokes, trying to make
Well, that's
everything
on
fun,
you.
there's
That's
nothing
on
compared.
you. Why? Why does
Exactly.
it have to
You
be
just
on
admitted it. You
yours?
just admitted that it's on men. It's on men. We've
When
got
did
to
I
do
say that?
everything, and the woman's just sat
When
there
did I
going,
say that? No, when did I say that? When did I
I'm
say that?
saying it. I'm saying it then. I'm saying a woman just has to sit there and go, okay, are you entertaining me? Oh, you're not entertaining me. Fine. And then look, that's all a woman has to do. She just turns up, and a guy has
And
to pick
that
the place and
is
do
your
all sorts of shit.
mindset. And that's what I'm telling you, Lee. Your mindset is so fixed that
No, it's
you're
not.
so,
I'm
I
just
need
saying.
you
I'm,
start talking to a different set of men, not just a
oh my
specific
god.
one. We have to talk to different people. But guys, we're not arguing here. I'm just telling Lee there's a different mindset in all of this. And
I'm
I hope
saying.
you learn that different mindset counts. You
I said
cannot,
make a survey.
I
Make a
don't like
survey.
survey because what if I tell you in my channel 75% are men. So obviously 75% men are only the people gonna tell you. But at the same time, you are comparing the stress level of men and women. So if
What
I'm
make the
only
women?
gonna ask men, that's very, 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 very biased.
It's not, but well, fine. Ask the women then. Ask the women then. What do you do on a date? Oh, I just turn up and the man kind of takes me to dinner, and then I eat the
You'll be
food.
surprised how
That's what
how
they do.
women can how women would say, like, at least in my circle, when they have dates, they're really like they'll buy new clothes, they'll be the best version, some
On
of
the
them
first
go to
date, on the
salon.
first date, they're gonna buy you
Of
clothes. On the
course,
first date.
especially first date.
What? That's,
That is my circle. That is my circle.
that
If we're going
what
to talk
kind of
about experiences,
introduce me to those women? Introduce me to those women because those sounds like
I
good
don't
women.
think you're gonna have a chance.
I say I should go. I say I should go. But sorry.
No, no, no,
Invite
it's
me to the
okay.
next thing.
It's okay. But see, this is so think Lee was a nice man to get stressed or to take the stress before going on dating. Lee mindset was legit. and then leave.
Exactly. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
going. I'm not starting this. I'm
yeah.
going.
But anyways, so your last words, I add advice for all the people that are like you. The floor is yours. And also,
Uh,
I've seen you kind of like doing a lot on your community. You're posting on your community. Anything that is going on with your YouTube channel, please let us
uh,
know.
uh, no, there's nothing going on with my channel. I'm thinking of making like a kind of blog or something like that, but that's to be decided. But what's going on is just the passport bro shit. Oh, sorry, language, and just me improving my life and my physical life and stuff. Sorry, yeah, but that's me. That's me. But yeah, yeah. Keep keep in touch with my channel, and I'm gonna try and do some, like a little bit of explanation of my philosophy and stuff, because people have been asking for it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should, but yeah. But thank you, IC, for giving me the platform to express myself here.
Of course. That's what it's all about. So, guys, just remember, I know some of you are scared when it comes to kind of this kind of conversation. Don't be scared. It's just a conversation, guys. I could be very, very aggressive about how I talk. It's just who I am, but it doesn't have like I'm not gonna hate you or anything. I'm not gonna don't like you. It's just conversation. Just remember that, okay? Don't take anything personal. And thank you, Lee. Ayan, thank you, Lee, for being here all the time. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you, even though
Yeah,
we don't have the same mentality. That's the important part of having a conversation, throwing different perspective so that our viewers could basically learn different perspective from different people. And thank you for giving me that. I do appreciate that.
no problem. No problem.
Okay. And forget about your bad date. Go on dates, have fun, enjoy.
Oh,
Don't
God.
say never. Okay. Good night, Oyasumi. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye bye, Lee.
Oyasumi. See you. Take care.
Oyasumi. Ayan, guys. 'Di ba? You've seen Lee again. So, guys, if you want to see all those future, like theory and all of those future philosophical explanations of Lee on certain issues, social issues, I'll be dropping the description link after this live stream on the description box down below. Support him, subscribe to him, connect with him, watch his games and like narrating of stories and rants. You can see him on his channel. And of course, I want to go to the live chat before we end this live stream because I missed 777 LMH. What's LMH means? But mega mega love shout out to you. Thank you for coming to my live stream. I only see you on my comment section. I do appreciate your perspective, your opinions, and of course, every Saturday, I'll be live streaming. So I hope you can come next time and come interact with us as well. 777 LMH and Felipe. Diba? You two know each other. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Thank you, Felipe G. And of course, what else did I miss, Ayan? I missed something. Online dating is fun. Did I? Oh, yeah, it is fun. I did had moments of online dating, but I think it's way different back then than now. I think so. Good luck with all of you dating in 2023. I hope we can talk about that more in the next live stream. And 100% true. Can Lee and I start dating already? Aren't you gonna get jealous? 100%. But nah, I'm just kidding. Anyways, think Lee was a nice man to get stressed or take the stress before going on dating. And of course, buying a new dress for a first date is stressful. Well, some girls think so. You'll be amazed, Felipe G, that some girls think so. Like for me, it's not for dating, but sometimes for me, it's stressful to pick what to wear in my live streams, you know. And like today, I had this special event going on today, and I was told to basically dress formal, like really formal. No skin, nothing too much, nothing that I wear every day, formal attire, you know. And for me, I know what formal is. So I keep looking for all the dresses that I feel formal. And I would, like it's been a stressful day, but I think I kind of like did this. So everything is covered. Still a dress. This is what I wore today, but I feel like this is formal. If you want to know what I wear, I'll probably post it on my Instagram. So if you want to see the dress I wear today, you'll find me on Instagram. Icy Fit, I add. An Asian woman, Lee was not a passport bros. Well, we're gonna have to talk about that. Lee, you're a legend. And bye, Lee from admin. Night Lee from Felipe G. And thank you. I will sure come back to your live stream. Thank you, 777 LMH, Ayan. I'll appreciate that and we'll be waiting for you next Saturday. And again, guys, this is all conversations. It doesn't mean that you have to take anything personal, anything that you don't like. You actually can just throw in the garbage. If it's not applicable to your own life, it's fine. You can always have options. You can have options to know exactly who would influence you in your life. But I'm just saying, this platform, this live stream is all about sharing stories. I might disagree with you, but it doesn't mean I won't like it. I would, like condemn you for having that kind of perspective. It's not about that. I'm still learning as well, as I want everyone to learn to be better. I'm trying to learn how to kind of like take information that might not be applicable for me, but at the same time, stuff like that. Mag-react ka pa ba? Why? Why now? Oh my god. How am I gonna do this? We're so over time, guys. I don't know if I could react on a music, but I'll probably react on a music. I'll probably upload that because we're running out of time. We're actually like, I'm just waiting for it to be 3.5 hours. Like, this has been the longest live stream I've had since I told myself I'm not gonna do longer live streams because I'm trying to like better my time management, and I don't want to bore you guys for 3 hours. Do you think 3 hours live streaming is too much? Let me know because I'm too talkative. Sometimes if conversation is really good, just like earlier, I had a conversation with Lee. If you're late, like Ravisha Suda, you're late. Ah, di ba? Mega love shout out, Ravisha. But if you like these types of thoughts, opinions, conversations, and you disagree, you agree, you have different set of perspective than me and Lee, please let us know in the comments down below. I love reading them. I love knowing your stories. I love hearing all of your thoughts, opinions. It makes me feel like, like I'm trying to get information on different experiences that I've never had. And that's the only thing that I feel like I could get better when I can comprehend certain ideas or certain situations that I probably wouldn't experience. So thank you. 3 hours is too short. I know it's 2 a.m. here, Ravisha, and that's what I'm saying. Upload mo na nga lang yung gagawin mong react. Yes, so I'm gonna reacting on that, what I've said earlier. I did promise though, right? But, like, what am I gonna do? But I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna react on it. I'm gonna upload it because I promised you that. I'm gonna introduce you to that music. It's shocking. It's very, very. I'll try to put subtitles on it for English speakers, viewers, so you'll be this comes from Philippines. So, I hope you liked it. And I hope I won't get anything bad about it, like I'm just gonna react on that anyways. But guys, thank you, everyone, for being such a wonderful, wonderful sport. Ayan, wonderful, wonderful viewers. Thank you for being so nice, for supporting Icy Fit. I really do appreciate that. You make me better. Well, I hope I make you better as well. We make each other better in all of this. And I hope Lee can find her perfect someone so he could be happy as well. And for you guys, if you're still single out there, don't give up. Don't give up on love. Love is, at least for me, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing to have. Doesn't have to be someone like a partner. It could be just anything. You have to have someone to love with. And I think I missed someone. I think I missed someone. One. Did I miss something? Yes. So I didn't miss anything. So thank you, every one of you. I think I've read everything. Okay. So I see. Have a nice weekend. Good night. And thank you, Ayan. Felipe. Nightbot. Yes. Yeah. I know Nightbot loves Felipe G so much. So thank you again, guys. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. Otsukare-sama deshita. And oyasumi nasai. Again, this is Icy Feet. Dahil sa channel na ito, kayo ang bida. Bye-bye, guys. I love you all. And thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oyasumi nasai. Ciao, ciao. Till Saturday. Bye-bye.
Wow! Congratulations!